Dan, this is the move. If you're serious about your brand, work with people who are serious about getting it right. SM Athletics.
You're listening to FM 105.7 and AM 1340, WKGN Knoxville, and W289CU Knoxville, Fan Run Radio.
WKGN 1340, go Vols!
You're tuned in to East Tennessee's premier sports radio call-in show. This is The Drive.
And hello, good afternoon, and welcome to another stellar edition of The Drive here on Fan Run Radio. Russell Smith punching the time clock on a hot Thursday in East Tennessee. Live today in the White Claw Hard Seltzer Studios alongside Bob Baskerville, Bear, and Walker through the class today. Super fired up about today's show. You history buffs are going to like this one. I'm calling it Turn Back the Clock Day on The Drive today. As coming up here in just a few minutes, we're going to be joined by Dr. Timothy Johnson. He's a history professor at Lipscomb University who has a new book that just came out today. First day you can buy it. It's called Robert Nealand, the West Point engineer who built Tennessee football. So we are going to talk to him about the general. And this book is more about the general's military career than his football career, which I've always been curious about, know a little bit about, but this guy knows all of it. So he's literally written the book. We'll talk to him coming up here in just a few minutes. Then in hour number 3. Now, I have to, every now and then we have to coach up the audience here on the show, and we're going to do that here off the top because I don't want to set this precedent. But John in Savannah knows Bobby Majors. Bobby Majors, for those of you who are too young to remember or not into the whole Tennessee football history thing, Bobby Majors was one of Johnny Majors' younger brothers. There were 4 Majors boys, all played at UT, all great athletes. Their dad coached Shirley Majors at Sewanee College of the South. And Bobby Majors was a fantastic player. All-American in 1971. The year before that, he set the single-season interception record with 10 picks in an era when they did not throw the ball much, which, I mean, think about that for a minute. That's pretty impressive. John in Savannah knows Bobby Majors. Mm-hmm. He calls the show on Monday and says, hey, Bobby Majors is going to call you guys tomorrow. And we maybe somewhat stupidly blew it off. I also got a DM from our buddy Justin Hanna, who I guess knows John in Savannah. They're both in Savannah. And Justin told me, buddy, there's a better chance of Johnny calling than Bobby knows.
Whoa. Easy.
So I just sounded like, okay, whatever. That's not going to happen. Right. And then he called. Like 10 minutes before the end of the show Tuesday, he called. And we were not ready. I wasn't ready. And so,
I mean, for something like that, I mean, he's Tennessee royalty. Yeah, you want to have it all planned out.
Yeah, it's like, hey, Walker, take his phone. And so I called him earlier today, spoke to him. He's 77 years old. Bobby Majors is now. And he sounded great for an old guy. And I was like, yeah, you want to come on today? And he's like, sure. So we're going to talk to him in the third hour, the 5 p.m. hour today. So yeah, kind of we'll take a walk down memory lane. I love this stuff.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he was a headhunter when he was here. He was feared.
In a day when that was legal. That 1970 Tennessee secondary, they had, I want to say 36 interceptions on the season, which was, I believe is still an SEC single season record. I think like some Gardner-Webb team or something had more one year, but yeah, it's an SEC record. So it was Bobby Majors and Tim Priest were the safeties. And then a guy named Conrad Graham who was like a great all SEC caliber
that
player.
name.
Yeah, he's a great name, right?
Conrad.
And David Allen. So they were called Bennett's Bandits. It was like David Bennett, I think, was the secondary coach
Bennett's
that
Bandits.
year. And
it's a good nickname.
yeah, it is. Well, I mean, when you had 36 picks, you got to have a nickname as a group.
Yeah. According to the old heads, they were known for, decapitating people regularly, receivers.
Yeah. Somebody was telling me a story about Bobby. Back in those days, you had Bob Hope had like a TV show called Bob Hope's All Americans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You remember that, Bob?
Yeah. Vaguely.
When we were little kids, right?
Yeah.
You
Usually
remember
around
like it was
Christmas
yesterday. Just go.
No, I kind of do. I was kind of mixing it up when Bob Hope used to do the TV show for the troops too. But yeah, he did the All-American team too.
They'd come out and they're like jerseys.
And
And
they would all, someone would crack a comedy line that had been written for them.
I watched one from like 1977 earlier today, and it was good TV. But anyway, they come out in their uniforms, and this is like done in New York. And so they come out in like uniforms and shoulder pads and everything. And Bob Hope is there, and he's like, and he cracks a joke, and sometimes the players will too, or whatever. But somebody told me that to ask Bobby Majors about what he was doing in New York after the Bob Hope show that caused him to almost be late for Majors Day. And they played Penn State one year, and they called it like Majors Day because they brought Johnny back. Because remember, in that time, like 1970, that's like 15 years removed from Johnny Majors being that generation's Peyton Manning.
Right.
Like Tennessee football icon, hero. And so they're like celebrating him, and I guess the brothers and the dad or whatever they did. And I don't know, he made it sound like Bobby may have gone out on the town or something. And then
These things happen in New York City, man.
I don't know, man.
It's a city that never sleeps.
But I looked it up. I couldn't find anything about that online, but I did, like, he made it back, obviously, and had like a career game. So he was taping something in New York that week, comes back, plays in the Majors Day game against Penn State.
Dude's a legend, man.
And balls out.
Yeah.
So looking forward to that. That's coming up in hour number 3. And we got a lot to get into here this afternoon. You boys doing all right?
Yeah, I'm in, if you're watching on YouTube, I'm in dark mode today.
You both kind of are. Bob, you're kind of blending into your chair, though.
Okay.
As a TV guy, you should know this. Like, you're not supposed to wear black or white on TV, right? No?
Not necessarily. I think it just depends on what
Please
your
smack him down.
what your backdrop is.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Why do you want to smack me down?
I want him to smack you down because you're
so violent. No, that's you're not supposed to wear white, right? Most of like TV news anchors, you'll see they're light blue is, pastel color, a little brighter colors.
Yeah, I mean, I just think it depends, like really what your backdrop is. Yeah, you got news anchors. You're not going to see them in a white shirt. They can wear white, but sport coat on, all that kind of stuff. But
dark mode.
We don't have those hard and fast rules here at Fan. You look good, man.
Thank you.
I didn't mean to,
I'm just celebrating.
Cast aspersions.
We've gone 4 for 4 this week on the uniform reveals. I think
Look great.
I think so. Just keeping it simple, man. Less is more. I gotta applaud both Tennessee Athletics and Adidas for just coming up with a plan. Now we'll see what the merch looks like for the fans tomorrow, but I feel pretty encouraged.
Do you think that they'll start to tweak it like next year in later years? Do you think that it was more of, hey, this is a big change for brand? It's a big change for some of our fans. So we're not going to change anything. Because they didn't change anything with the football uniforms that we've seen so far.
Orange.
They took the orange color off the
which was
white
popular.
uniform.
I feel like for the most part.
It was somewhat controversial, but anyway, it's not a big deal, right? One way or the other. I just wonder, will they start to tweak things going forward now that they seem to have the good grace, the blessing of the fan base by and large?
Yeah, the one thing I saw on social media, like the one dissenting opinion on the dark mode today was somebody who said that last year's the SEC patch on the jersey was orange, and this year it's the SEC colors.
I noticed that. Oh, is it? It's not blue, is it?
I thought it was.
I thought it was black. I thought it was. I'm looking at right now. I see like it says SEC in white with an orange circle around it and then black.
I don't know.
The Adidas logo is in orange. I'm looking at it right now.
Yeah, this person was talking about specifically the SEC logo.
I think it looks good.
I think it does too.
Yeah, I think it looks better, quite frankly.
I did find out something right before we came to air. You know, we keep talking about the OG Adidas logo, the trefoil. Apparently, Adidas doesn't just hand that out to anybody. That's something that very few.
It's like the Jordan brand for Nike.
Yeah. Which, to me, my next question would be.
the flagship school or whatever?
Like, why wouldn't they?
And you heard from your good friend Danny White.
That's Dr. White to you, please.
It's going to be part of the portfolio.
That would be nice.
They probably just won't overuse it. I think it'll probably be strategic where they use it because it seems to get everybody spun up in a good way.
It's just such a cool looking logo, man.
It's a nice retro looking logo. It's good.
I mean, other than World Cup, I was going through some stuff. I don't think any of the colleges have it.
Yeah.
The only other than like World Cup soccer, Premier League.
I'll be interested to see now what basketball and baseball look like. It sounds like they were, kind of racing to the finish line.
Yeah, there was no basketball dark mode?
Not yet. What I read was the word is in the back channels. They're still fine-tuning that, and we'll probably see more of that here.
Does the softball team go dark mode?
I don't think they do.
Because they got the Summit Blue. Dude, let me ask you this. How do you feel about a dark mode baseball uniform that's all dark black pants, black hat?
That's beer league softball vibes. I don't like it.
Vandy boys have one.
I know exactly.
Bingo.
Don't they have pinstripes?
Yeah, they look like the Hamburglar or something with those on.
But black uniforms, black pants, black jersey with orange pinstripes.
No.
That's a hard no, man.
We got a lot of good mojo in the baseball dark modes as they stand.
Yep.
Black jerseys.
I don't like the dark mode in baseball.
No?
What a natty.
Really?
I understand. I don't care. Like I like our whites. I like the road grays. I like the orange jersey, and I love the creams. How many baseball uniforms do we need?
I love the dark mode uniform for baseball. The best thing about it, it's the UT logo on the hat. It's the only time we still use that logo, and that's
interlocking.
It's so good. I think it looks great.
We have breaking news this afternoon. Let's go to the Fan Run breaking news desk. Big trouble off Cedar Bluff Road this afternoon.
Yep.
The Butch Bowl is in shambles.
No.
Shut up, Walker.
TSSAA has hit Knoxville Catholic High School with severe punishments for recruiting violations.
It's 2 years probation, dude.
And a postseason ban.
That was self-imposed for this year.
I mean, Barrett, like, you guys are aware there are rules to this, right? This isn't numb. There are rules.
Yeah. We had a non-faculty coach that apparently made contact with a recruit to try and entice him becoming
recruit. Like, you mean a child? Like a 12-year-old?
Are you guys going to act like this doesn't happen every day all over the country now in modern day high school sports?
I mean, if you guys got hit with 2 years of probation and a postseason ban, that tells me that it wasn't something that everybody else is doing.
That was self-imposed.
I mean, you can't just do whatever you want, Bear. This is high school football.
I mean, hey.
It's high school football, man.
It's high school
the
football.
SEC.
Catholic is in the big, in the big private school division playing against the football factories.
Okay.
Yeah, do what you got to do to try and survive.
Come on, man. Get control of your alma mater. Take a little responsibility.
Yeah. Yeah, because D-double-G, like, he wasn't recruited to play at Baylor or Macaulay, wherever the hell he's at.
No, he had
some
Baylor.
French, some Haitian kid from Canada. He just had heard about this great school in Chattanooga, Tennessee.
Yep, he had it. Mm-hmm. He had it in his sights from Canada way back when.
I mean, when are you guys going to clean it up? Like, I mean, we've heard these rumblings
sounds like
for years.
It's going to be cleaned up now. And we've heard rumblings forever. I love how you sheep it up. You tear into Catholic, but you never say a word about your buddies out there in Blount County who cost you probably at least 2, if not 3 state championships by raiding the West High School zone. Because all those kids that started, half those kids that started at Maryville the past 20 years were zoned for West.
Hey, man, if they're doing something wrong, they should be punished. We're not talking about Maryville. Stop obfuscating. Take responsibility for your alma mater.
Hey,
your rogue program needs to be stopped.
And we self-imposed a 1-year playoff.
I don't think it's enough.
Well, then write to TSSAA. I don't know what to tell you.
Death penalty for Catholic. SMU style. Shut it down.
Oh.
It's the only way they're going to learn. Shut it down.
I mean, it shouldn't be a big shock. We got, a bunch of those guys from Logan's neck of the woods over there now.
This kind of thing would never happen over there off Dutchtown Road at Webb School of Knoxville with George Quarles in charge.
Okay.
Never
would have happened.
Yeah. That happened now. Why are you even getting it, Bob? When's the last time Speedway High School in Indianapolis, Indiana qualified for the state football playoffs?
Oh, I don't know.
You're glomming on the web.
I don't hold on to the past like that.
This is sad.
This really is upsetting.
Yeah,
this is sad.
I'll tell you what, Webb wasn't guilty of doing anything. Nobody wanted to go to Webb the past 15, 20 years because they ran the double wing or the wing T, whatever the heck it was. Their last decent player they had was Todd Kelly Jr. And you going to tell me they didn't recruit Chad Pennington out of Campbell County High School, out of Claver, wherever he was from?
No, he just wanted a better education.
Yeah. They hired his dad to get him. They pulled the Wade Houston. That's how Chad Pennington.
Good education.
Elwood Pennington got a job at Webb School, and then suddenly Chad was a starting quarterback at Webb.
Because we're focused on making good men out of Webb, not
honestly,
good football players.
They
good
learned
young
this year. They won only 1 game, but man, their character level sky high.
All the deflecting going on right now.
Not deflecting. I'm just saying. I point the finger of hypocrisy at you, Walker.
Why? What?
You guys have been given scholarships just like we have.
The whataboutism, just being spewed right now. I mean, it's absolutely disgraceful.
I mean, truly,
it's 3-on-1.
You get.
I get it from you two, but I mean, it's from Indiana.
It doesn't need to be 3 on anything. It should be 4 on 0. Like we should be standing up for the rule of law in high school athletics.
We broke the rules. We're getting punished. But if you're that much of a rube that you think Catholic's the only one that's doing it,
no need to call names.
I mean, just a complete glue eater.
That's
there. You got to be nicer.
I do not have to be nicer.
Terrible look.
I don't feel good. I'm heavily medicated. It's a terrible. You guys have been laying in wait all day, and then I've got you two, which I knew that was going to happen.
No excuses.
But then I got Bruiser Bob coming in off the top rope with a roll of quarters and hitting me in the back of the head.
I hadn't said anything, but I will say you're fighting the good fight today wearing Catholic green. That's awesome, man.
Really standing up for the program.
Fan Run 2024 Open. The same color Russ was that day.
Quick timeout. The drive continues. We don't hold your breath waiting for Bear to accept some responsibility, some accountability this afternoon on the drive. We'll see if we can get it out of him.
Just want that guy, whoever was responsible. You got to be more careful than that. You can't get caught.
Oh, okay. So that's the key. Don't get caught. Dr. Tim Johnson, author of a new book on the General, Robert Reese Nealand, joins us when we continue. It is The Drive on Fan Run Radio. Stay with us.
The Drive.
Can't get enough Fan Run Radio? Download the free Fan Run app and take the best Tennessee sports conversations with you wherever you go.
It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. Oh, sorry. Getting in the mood because this Saturday is Christmas in July at Covenant Health Park. But your Knoxville Smokies have great promotions all week long. Like all-you-can-eat Wednesday, Knox Vegas Thirsty Thursday with half-off draft beers, fireworks on Friday, then yes, the big man himself on Saturday. We end the week with our day game of the week. It's a week full of fun at the ballpark. Get your tickets now at SmokiesBaseball.com.
Smokies! A brand built in Tennessee and born from the love of the game. Inward Half revolutionizes golfing comfort. Crafted by a former pro and dedicated enthusiast just like you, our luxury performance wear guarantees you stay cool and comfortable through every swing and every day. We're not just a brand. We've set out to create a lifestyle for those who understand that impeccable style and premium performance are a hole-in-one. Enjoy the walk-in with Inward Half.
Barley's has live music on weekends, general team trivia on Wednesday nights at 8 p.m., and now live sports trivia courtesy of the Knoxville Trivia Guys every Thursday night upstairs. The game starts at 7 p.m. and is free to play for everyone, so head on down to the Old City and show off your sports knowledge and win gift cards to Barley's. Use those gift cards to buy some delicious food and drinks, and you can take it all in with their wide selection of TVs and indoor projectors. Barley's Tap Room and Pizzeria.
Is your yard starting to look more wild than welcoming? Yeah, don't let your landscape be that house on the block. At ECR Total Landscapes, we make sure your outdoor space is something you're proud of. From de-weeding flower beds to leaf blowing, trimming, mulching, and more, completely customizable to your property's specific needs. We'll handle it all. Why spend your weekends sweating it out in the yard when you can just sit back and enjoy it? That's the ECR difference. And right now, new customers can get 10% off your first month of our monthly maintenance package when you sign up for a full calendar year. That's right. Consistent, reliable service at a price that makes it easy to get started. No sweat, no hassle, just a better looking lawn week after week. Call ECR Total Landscapes today and mention promo code FANRUN to save 10% on your first month. Call 865-384-2012 or visit us online at ecrtotallandscapes.com.
Citizens National Bank.
Experience the thrill of traveling with C&B's exclusive travel program. Customers age 50 and above with a Plus Perks checking account can participate, ensuring a safe and delightful travel adventure. Take a day trip or an overnight trip. Travel domestic or international. C&B is always on the go.
Citizens National Bank. Banking never felt so good.
Member FDIC.
Hi, this is Dr.
We're pleased to be joined right now on the phone by Dr. Tim Johnson. He's a history professor at Lipscomb University over in the Mid-State, and his new book is out today. It's called Robert Neyland, the West Point Engineer Who Built Tennessee Football. Tim, good afternoon. How are you, sir?
Hey, Russell, I'm doing fine. Thanks for having me on this afternoon.
Yeah, thanks for joining us. I've really been looking forward to this ever since I heard about the book. I've read the book Bob Gilbert, local writer here, wrote about Coach Neyland years ago. It's been a long time since anybody's written about him. And your book deals more with his military career than the football career, if I'm correct. What attracted you to this subject?
Yeah, I heard someone give a paper at a history conference about, 25 years ago. And they talked about all of the crossover terminology between military and football, throwing the bomb, aerial attack, field general, all of those terms. And they even mentioned Neyland in the paper. Now, this is kind of one of these boring scholarly conferences. But I was kind of enamored by that idea, and I tucked it away in the back of my head. And I've been doing a lot of other projects over the years, but I finally decided, man, there may be a great story there. And the more I looked at General Neyland's life, the more I was convinced that he led a captivating life. And it's amazing that really Bob Gilbert's biography 37 years ago is the last time that anyone has written a biography of the general. And it's a shame. He deserves so much more attention.
Tim, it's really a pleasure talking to you. Appreciate you hopping on. I mean, I was just doing, as we tend to do on this show, teasing this segment for our listeners on social media. And the first thing that came to mind for me was we all, myself included, talk about General Nealand like we know him, but do we really know him? And in this book, I haven't had a chance to read it, of course, but I've seen some of the notes and everything. And just some of the notes have me very intrigued about the background that this guy has had long before being a coach and what influenced that coaching excellence.
Yeah, here's something interesting most people don't know. He went to Texas A&M his first year in college. He played football and baseball there, and his coach was a guy named Charles Moran from Nashville, Tennessee, who had played football at the University of Tennessee in the 1890s. And then a year later, Nealand leaves A&M and goes to West Point. He was at West Point from 1912 to 1916. His baseball coach at West Point was a man named Sammy Strang, who was from Chattanooga, Tennessee. Sammy had also played football for the University of Tennessee in the 1890s. So you have these two very early coaching influences on young Robert Nealand, one in Texas and one in New York. And both of these guys had played football at UT in the 1890s. It's fascinating. And then, of course, Nealand had this amazing career as an athlete at West Point, a great baseball pitcher, a boxing champion. And so, football is something that came along a little bit later in life.
Dr. Tim Johnson with us this afternoon. The new book is called Robert Nealand, the West Point Engineer Who Built Tennessee Football. And you can check out Tim's website, timdjohnson.com. It's got more information about the book as well as a way you can order it. And it'd be a great way to start the football season. So Nealand goes to West Point. He's this great multi-sport athlete. He's also a great boxer at a time when boxing is like the national pastime. Is there any thought of maybe he doesn't have a prolonged military career? Maybe he becomes a pitcher or a boxer or just coaches football? Or was a lifetime of service always in the cards for him?
As a young man, what he really wanted to do first and foremost was be an officer in the United States Army. At the end of his career at West Point, he turned down contract offers from major league teams who tried to sign him. He might have been the best pitcher in the country in 1915 and 1916, but his reasoning was, he said, what if I leave the Army and go into play baseball? And he said, if I injure my arm, my baseball career is over, and I've left the Army. I've left my first love. So he never really seriously considered a baseball career. Someone asked him about boxing. Hey, do you want to get into boxing? He said, no, I've never really thought about that. He just kind of did that as a pastime. Actually, he took up boxing during his second year at West Point because he was being punished for a hazing incident at the academy, and he was restricted from participating in any extracurricular activities. And the only thing they let him do is go to the gymnasium. So he went to the gym and he took up boxing and started boxing. That was sort of an afterthought too, but really it was not until the 1920s when this is after he served in France during World War I, but he's back at West Point as a staff officer in the early 1920s, working under Douglas MacArthur, who was the superintendent at the time. But he was also the assistant football coach at West Point, and he began to become enamored with analyzing other teams and developing strategies for winning ball games. And he was kind of itching to get an opportunity to coach his own team. And that's when this opportunity came along in Knoxville at UT in the mid 1920s.
One thing that just about any avid Tennessee football fan is going to associate with General Nealand was the 7 Maxims, right? And What's interesting, and I'd love for you to elaborate on this, Tim, is it feels like the influence of that came from all of this great background that General Neeland had in the military, right? I mean, because that's, where you learn precision, you learn fortitude, you learn all those things. And you think about that and you look at the 7 Maxims, feels like that was really the bedrock for what he did there.
You're right. The Maxims, this is not something that just sort of came to him overnight. I mean, a lot of these actually were Maxims that were used by his coach at West Point, a man named Charles Daly, his football coach at West Point. Well, I already mentioned Sammy Strang, who was his baseball coach, but Charles Daly, who's called the father of West Point football, coached Neeland, and then when Neeland came back as an assistant football coach a few years later, Daly was still the head coach. Well, Daly had like 30-something Maxims, and so he was a major at the time. Major Neeland was influenced by that, and he was also, as you said correctly, he was very much influenced by his training. I mean, he's a military man. So everything he did had to be done with discipline. It had to be done with precision. And as you probably know, he always had a stopwatch, and he timed everything on the practice field to make sure that everything was running exactly the way it was supposed to.
So Neeland becomes coach at Tennessee 100 years ago. In 1926. College football then, not the big business it has become today, but obviously he takes it very seriously. And then his career as a head coach is interrupted twice by military service. He goes to the Panama Canal Zone for a season in 1935. And then, of course, World War II, he misses, I think, 5 seasons, 41 through 45. How does he juggle being the head coach at a football school like Tennessee with his military obligations?
Yeah, he's burning the candle at both ends, and I deal with that quite a bit. It's pretty amazing what he was able to do. He's active duty military until 1936, and so he actually went to Knoxville in 1925 as an assistant coach. And he went there. The Army sent him there to run the ROTC program. He was only an assistant coach for 1 year, and as you say, he became the head coach in 1926. But he's also, he basically has 2 full-time jobs. And 1920s and 1930s, those were the decades when college football was really just beginning to take off, and so he's there at just the right time, and he built a powerhouse. And it just took him a couple of years to turn what was kind of an okay, mediocre football team into this juggernaut football program. And his winning percentage was incredible, but he especially was an outstanding defensive coach. Some of his defensive strategies, you can read about them, and derivatives of his defensive strategies are still in use even today. But yeah, he juggles that until he's sent to Panama in 1935. Most people think it was just a sort of a routine transfer of location. It was a little more involved with that than that, and it actually involved a little bit of a controversy that Neeland was indirectly involved with President Roosevelt and the beginning of TVA. And you can read about that in the book. But a year away from Knoxville convinced him that he wanted to retire from the Army and coach football full time. And so he's back in Knoxville in 1936. And here's the thing: the Southeastern Conference was new. The Southeastern Conference was started in 1933, 34. It's a new conference, but Neeland actually coached the first dynasty really in SEC history, 1938, 39, 40. Those 3 years, his teams were untouchable. I mean, they were undefeated in the regular season. It was amazing what he accomplished in 3 years' time. But then, of course, world events. I mean, what did it take to derail the UT football train? It took a world war that called Neyland away to active duty again, and so then he's gone for 5 years, serving in various places, including China and India, late in the war.
Just looking at some of the pre-read on this, just so impressive from the standpoint of just what you were talking about. He gets called back, and this guy, as you mentioned in some of the notes that we read, became port commander in Calcutta during World War II.
Yeah.
With his organizational skill, he turned that port into the most productive military supply base in the world. I mean, this guy we feel it as football fans here, but this is a guy that's just, everything was rooted in like just high level excellence.
Oh yeah, you're right. He was sent over to China in 1944, and a few months later he was promoted to brigadier general, and then he was sent to Calcutta, India, to take over as port commander. Now, Calcutta was a very important supply base, shuttling supplies by rail, but mostly over the Himalayan mountains into China, trying to sort of keep the Chinese army in the war against Japan. And Calcutta was an underperforming port, but within about 4 months after Neyland arrived, it was the most prolific. They had the greatest discharge rate of any military port in the world. I mean, they were turning over supplies and shipping things out faster than anybody. And it's amazing what he accomplished there. But here's the kind of the ironic, sad irony of this. Nobody knows that about Neyland, because Neyland was an engineer. He was a builder. He was a logistical genius. But when you're talking about generals and wars, people don't want to hear about that. They want to hear about the tacticians and all the battles and the Pattons and the Eisenhowers but logistics is just as important. There's a saying in the military: amateurs talk tactics, professionals talk logistics. What Neyland was doing in Calcutta was very serious work. He understood it. His men understood it. And here's what's really sad about it. Late in life, probably in about 1960 or 61, Neyland lived until 1962. Late in life, someone was visiting him in his office in Knoxville, and they asked him what he most wanted to be remembered for. And he said he would, more than anything, he wanted to be remembered for what he did in Calcutta. And the shame of it is nobody knows what he did in Calcutta.
Well, it's great. Yeah, go ahead.
And he used sports. I mean, he used athletics to sort of turn that port facility around intramurals, competition. He made unloading Liberty ships a competition to see who could do it fastest. I mean, he used sports to sort of help in his command of troops, just like he used his military training to help in the way that he coached football.
Talking with Dr. Tim Johnson. He's a history professor at Lipscomb University. His new book is out today. It's called Robert Neyland, the West Point Engineer Who Built Tennessee Football. You can order it online at his website, timdjohnson.com. And Dr. Johnson, we appreciate the time this afternoon. I got 2 more questions here. I'll roll them into one. What do you think General Neyland would think of football today? And what do you think he would think of our country today and the division we talk about in our recent military adventures, or some would say misadventures?
Yeah, I think he would. He might be a little bit disappointed in both. For one thing, Neyland was very much a traditionalist, and he had his system, and he stuck with that system. He didn't change a whole lot over the decades. And I think he would be particularly unhappy with the state of college football today, with the transfer portal and NIL. And, that does away with loyalty to a team, or from a military standpoint, it does away with loyalty to, to your a military team. I mean, that would have been very important to Neyland. And plus, he always shied away from publicity. He didn't like to give interviews. He would never let his image be used in endorsements. And so this whole business of NIL would have been kind of unseemly to him. Of course, he's from the early 20th century, from a very different time. I think he would also be a little dismayed at our ongoing year after year after year military involvement in remote places all over the world. I just don't think that he would hold in high regard much of the way that we do things anymore.
Well, maybe if you're a hopeful person, we can find some more General Neylands in the future. We're going to need them. Dr. Johnson, really appreciate the time. Anything else that you think is interesting to add to the conversation here before we let you run? We really appreciate the time today.
Yeah, thank you for having me on. Neyland is such a fascinating man, and he was such an innovator on the football field, but the people really need to acquaint themselves with what he did in service to the country as well.
Amen. Outstanding. TimDJohnson.com. Everybody go check out the website. Let's order this book on the General, Robert Neyland, the West Point engineer who built Tennessee football. Dr. Johnson, it's been a pleasure, my friend. Thank you so much for doing this. Really appreciate it.
Thank you. It was my pleasure. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Doctor.
Sir. That's cool, man. I'd talk to a guy like that for an hour.
Yeah.
Good stuff right there.
I had no idea Neyland was stationed in Calcutta and China during the war.
I think it's been a long time since I've read the Bob Gilbert book, but there are stories of, because they're flying these massive planes. It's not a bombing mission. They're transporting supplies over the Himalayas. And those World War II era planes were notoriously, I don't know if flimsy is the right word, but scary to ride in at times. And you're going over, think about the turbulence over the Himalayas when you've got a, big B-52 full of munitions and Jeeps and whatever else you're transporting over there.
Yeah, this is one of those that you file away, and just when you think you've accomplished some things in your life, this guy is this guy's unbelievable. When you dig a little deeper on the background of the general.
Yeah, and I always find stories of like that inspiring.
Yeah,
because it's like, okay, I'm whatever difficulties I'm working through with like an advertiser or getting a show ready or just getting up in the morning, I'm tired, and like this dude was coaching the University of Tennessee football team while working on the Panama Canal Zone.
He was active duty. That was the other thing that jumped out at me. I didn't realize he was still active duty when he was here. And man, dedicated his life is a testament to just service to his country, service to his community.
Well, and like also a simpler time, right? The commercialization, like what would the general think of the Monster Energy Big 12 football conference?
Well, you asked him that question about what he'd think of today. And then, Doc said something about, he refused to let it be used for any endorsements, his likeness. And,
I know we all need money. We all got bills to pay and everything, but the, there are things that are more important.
Yeah. We've lost that somewhere along the way.
Well, when you're a football coach and you're making $9 million too, I guess it's a little bit different life.
I will say, Bear said it, and he's dead on. That's a vocal doppelganger to Adam Sparks, if I ever heard one.
He sounds like he'd be Adam's dad or uncle.
Yeah.
I think Adam wrote one of the, they have the blurbs.
Yeah, he did. He wrote one of the reviews.
Maybe they are related.
Yeah.
They sound dead off alike. Very similar voices.
Quick timeout. You're listening to The Drive, Fan Run Radio on a Thursday afternoon edition of the program. Got to take a quick timeout right here. Open up the phone lines, 865-966-3435, your phone number to get on board. Shout out to the YouTubers. Be sure to like and subscribe. Hit that thumbs up button if you're watching along with the show this afternoon. Back with more right after this.
The Drive. Check out exclusive Fan Run video content on YouTube. Just search Fan Run Sports and be sure to like and subscribe.
What kind of day is it? It's a White Claw day. Grab a pack, grab your friends. Everything else in life can wait. Your friends shouldn't. Let's go. White Claw. Grab life by the claw. Please drink responsibly. Hard seltzer with flavors. White Claw Seltzer Works, Chicago, Illinois.
Where are the best ribs in the Volunteer State? Rickard Ridge. Who has the best barbecue catering packages in East Tennessee? Rickard Ridge. And where's the most beautiful setting to enjoy a meal with family and friends? Rickard Ridge. Rickard Ridge Barbecue. Just a quick ride up I-75, take exit 134, hang a right, and Rickard Ridge is on your left, just inside Cove Lake State Park.
Ball fans, reimagine your home at Broadway Carpets and Flooring for any remodeling or building needs. With a variety of carpets, rugs, hardwood, vinyl, and stone, Broadway has all the flooring and installation options you're looking for, including pet-resistant products like Pet Perfect Carpet from Shaw Floors. Visit their showroom in downtown Knoxville or the location in West Knoxville located on Kingston Pike near Pellissippi Parkway today.
Blackford Veterinary Surgery Referral specializes in surgeries not regularly performed by your pet's general veterinarian. They're currently accepting referrals from vets all across the country. With their newly renovated state-of-the-art surgery center and highly trained staff, clients can rely on professional and thorough care. If your vet says that your pet needs surgery or rehab, ask for a referral to Blackford Vet and let them get your best friend back on its feet. Located conveniently in West Knoxville. For more information, visit blackfordvetsurgery.com.
Are you looking for a treat that will knock it out of the park at the next watch party? Just like your favorite baseball team, Crumble brings the best lineup week to week with an expanded roster that includes key lime pie, strawberry cake, or my personal favorite, Monster featuring M&M candies. Let Crumble treat you to the best cookies in the game. Download the Crumble app and start earning rewards. You can even vote monthly on what flavors you would like to see at any store of your choice. Warmer weather is here, so get to the ballpark, but don't miss the cookies.
Welcome to Axle Logistics, where excellence isn't just a goal, it's an energy. As a leading third-party logistics company, Axle is powered by an award-winning culture built on a work hard, play hard mentality.
Is, as Dr. Johnson said there, maybe the best pitcher in the country in like 1915, 1916. He's pitching at West Point, which in those days, like Army, Navy, like that
was premier,
the pinnacle of college athletics.
Yeah.
And yes, it's a different era. But one can't help but wonder. I mean, that's in the era of Cy Young, of Walter Johnson, the dead ball era, up until about 1920. It's like, what happens if he signs a professional baseball contract and he doesn't get hurt?
Funny thing.
Like, what if he's like 20 years just dominant pitcher?
If he wasn't in the trenches over in France.
Are we Tennessee? Like, are we good at this? Do we even have a football team?
Are we Mississippi State?
Who becomes the coach eventually there? Like, what simple twists of fate, huh?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, you never know.
Never know. Let's go to the phones without further ado and talk to Bud in Savannah. Good afternoon, Bud. You're on the drive. It's Fan Run Radio.
How are y'all gentlemen doing today?
We're doing well. How are you, sir?
life treats me well. Coach Barnhill and General Nayland has helped me to where I'm at in the world today with a lot of stuff, and Bud Ford and Coach Fulmer. It helped. They give me the open door policy to come up there to get the stuff that Coach Barnhill and Coach Nayland and help. For 10 years, the NAIA named the MVP award, the MVP award after Coach Barnhill. And I dug in there and dug a lot of stuff. And out of these 171 wins, 107 were shutouts. That's just unreal. General Nayland had shutouts. And his winning streaks, he's got the top 5 or 6, 33, 31, 28, 14. I mean, he's got all the winning streaks that he's got. And then the 39 team, when Catholic didn't even get to play, we had USC got to walk to the Rose Bowl, and we had to ride a train through about 4 different kinds of weather.
It's an outrage.
Across the
No, I mean,
the train.
That's what always blew me away about that era, the late 30s, is so we claim 6 national championships, right? 1951, 1998 are the consensus, but we also claim 1938 and 1940. And in those days, of course, they voted on the national championship. It wasn't played out on the field. It was voted on before the bowl game. So I've never, it's always blown me away that you claim 1938, 1940, but you don't claim 1939, which was the unscored upon year. Did not give up a point.
Didn't give up a whole lot of first downs.
Didn't give up a point. And we don't claim that. Like, what am I missing here?
We didn't even give the other team drinking water. They didn't want to give them drinking water. Let's give them a point of the yard.
I mean, that should be 3 national championships in a row.
But they had so much power. Dallas, Texas is bigger than Knoxville, and they decided to give it to TCU, I reckon.
Yes.
It's the year they give that. And
Davey
that
O'Brien.
blows me away. I remember that. And I got to do in the history of the Tennessee football, if somebody go into the details of all the stuff that General Nayland did. And, you know, I found it so humorous because of the in-depth study and stuff I did of General Nayland. You said, well, he's coaching now. Well, let me tell you one thing. We had a pretty good boy from Humboldt, Tennessee named Doug Atkins on the team. Do you know why he suspended him for a year?
Was he drinking,
No,
carousing?
No. He drove a car. General Nayland didn't allow none of his players to have a car. He drove a car to Knoxville, so that got him suspended for the year.
Wow.
Now, we're talking about NIL now, millions of dollars and stuff, and General Nayland suspended his best player on the team to make an example. You know, he said nobody bring a car and catnapping with women and stuff. He didn't like that a lot either. It happened, but he didn't want it to. I learned a lot of stuff from Johnny Majors, and before he passed, me and his brother Bobby was going to see him the day he passed away. We was headed that way, just getting him autographs and stuff for St. Jude the day that he died. That was a shock when Bobby told me.
Are you the one? I thought it was John, Bud. Are you the one that told Bobby? Okay. Well, we're going to talk to him today.
I'm the one that, he's, you know, I have to mention myself at times because, you know, when you're a kid, you always got a hero.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Bobby Majors was my hero, and now he's one of my best friends. What's the chances of that happening? I mean, I'm just a poor hillbilly kid here from Walkertown, Tennessee, and to end up Bobby Majors, I was number 44 in every sport I had, every ball game I played because of Bobby Majors, and now he's one of my best friends.
That's awesome.
And
That's great.
that's just, you know, I have to pinch myself at times. And we talk weekly. I live in Savannah, and he still lives in Oglethorpe, outside of Chattanooga. But we talk when I carry on stuff with him. I let him know. But you'll have a joy talking to Bobby Majors today, and I really enjoy your show. And I thank you.
Hey, thanks, Bud. I appreciate it, man. I get what he's saying, man, because like I was just a kid Tennessee fan, didn't know anything growing up here, just loved the Vols and wanted to make a career out of talking about it, and it wasn't going well for me, like the first 10 years, and then. I've told the story about how I got on the drive. I was the producer of the show, and Dave Hooker and Terry Fair were doing it. And like, I was just like, I got to hang out with Terry Fair, like he's one of my boys now.
Yeah.
And like all the guys that I got to know through just hanging out with Terry, like Al Wilson and Leonard Little and Fred White is my guy too. And it's like, I know exactly what Bud's talking about. Kind of had to pinch myself. Like those are my heroes growing up.
Yeah, that's wild. What a cool story too. You could tell. Sounds like it kind of gets him a little emotional too. That he's that close with Bobby. So that makes me look forward to this conversation later today.
It's been a minute since we had somebody get teary-eyed on the drive.
When you have a friendship like that lasts a lifetime, and
the Majors boys will bring it out of people.
I guess so, right?
Johnny and Bobby and
you have those lifetime friendships, man. You live to a ripe old age and
appreciate it.
Oh man, I treasure my friendship. Like I tell my kids all the time, like I still have friends that I went to literally that I've known since elementary school. And now, like, thank God for text groups.
You stay in touch with them?
Yeah. Like we're going back and forth right now. I'm talking about Pink Floyd albums with my old high school buddies who used to sit around and
listen to Pink Floyd
and do what teenagers do when they're listening to Pink Floyd. We're talking about the final cut.
This show's got to be the highlight of Walker's career so far.
I mean, are we just covered in dust and cobwebs right now, Walker? Are you just hearing a calliope in the background as we do the show today?
Yeah, he's like when are those guys getting on their stagecoach and getting out of town?
No, I enjoy all this stuff, man. Especially like
it's turn back the clock day on the drive.
Sports history. Like I'm not like a nut about it, but I always enjoy it when I watch or listen to stuff about it.
Hey, those who do not know history are condemned to repeat it, my friend. Stay tuned. Hour number 2 of The Drive coming up. It's Fan Run Radio. Back with more after this.
The Drive.
Fan Run Radio, the flagship station for Tennessee fans.
This ain't no wishy-washy, limp-wristed, kale-eating, half-ass sports radio station.
We're your in-your-face, truth-telling, say-it-loud, flag-waving, face-painting, hardcore, bring the noise, causing a ruckus, don't give a damn sports station.
Sports talk that doesn't just hang up and listen.
For the fans. This is Fan Run Radio.
Get some.
In a world filled with deadlines and screens, sometimes we forget the simple joys of life. Days filled with special moments. At Inward Half, we understand the essence of these moments. Feel the difference between our breathable fabrics and flexible apparel as you disconnect from the hustle and bustle and reconnect with what truly matters. Inward Half. Simple luxury for on and off the course.
Hey, Vols fans, Cody Brown here. I grew up right here in Tennessee and know what it means when someone says, I've got your back. That's why you can trust Farm Bureau Insurance of Tennessee. Whether it's your home, your vehicle, your family's future, or the business you built from the ground up, we will show up for all of your insurance needs. We are Tennesseans who understand what matters, which is doing right by you. Insurance is not all about just paperwork and policies, but it's about the people we insure every day. So if you want insurance that hits home, give me a call at 865-992-3871. Go Vols.
Are you ready for the start of a new season? Maybe looking for your team to go on a tournament run? Get game day ready with Crumble. Head on over to your nearest location and pick up 12 pre-selected cookies plus exclusive toppers. When you're looking for dessert options, there's no question about who you should call on. Our listeners already know. Last year, the Dubai chocolate was a home run, along with the brownie batter. Oreo crumb was another crowd favorite. What new flavor will set the standard this season? If you're in the Knoxville area, there are 3 locations ready to serve you. Clinton Highway, Parkside Drive, and Maryville. Download the Crumble app to build your best lineup and vote on the best combos. You can even put your bid in to request a new flavor. Order in the app and slide on over to your nearest location. Tell them Fan Run sent you, and as always, it's for the fans, by the fans. Don't miss the cookies.
Are you thinking of buying a home but don't know where to start? Well, call VFL Josh Travis, your local mortgage expert with Foundation Mortgage, based right here in Knoxville. Whether it's your first home or your forever home, he'll keep the process simple every step of the way. To get started, visit mortgagebrokerjosh.com or call 423-312-9777 today. Foundation Mortgage Company, LLC is an equal opportunity housing company. NMLS number 1387311.
You're listening to FM 105.7 and AM 1340
WKGN Knoxville and W289CU Knoxville. Fan Run Radio.
We really need to get some branded stuff. Shirts, hats, promo items, something professional.
I mean, we could just find a website and order a bunch of it ourselves.
You could, but you're taking a big risk. You don't know the quality, the fit, the timeline. It's a roll of the dice.
Yeah, I guess, but isn't that how everyone does it now?
Not the ones who actually care about how their brand looks. Look, if we're putting our name on it, it needs to be done right. We need SM Athletics.
SM Athletics?
Yeah, they specialize in working with businesses like ours. Apparel, hats, promo gear, but real, customized stuff. They actually care if it turns out right.
Probably a lot better than getting stuck with 100 t-shirts with crooked logos.
Exactly. Plus, they'll walk you through everything. Sizing, colors, material, so it matches the image we're trying to build.
Makes sense. What's the name again?
SM Athletics. Trust me, if you want to look like a real company, not a flea market stand, this is the move. If you're serious about your brand, work with people who are serious about getting it right. SM Athletics.
It's time for the Drive's Top 4 at 4.
Fan Run Radio, the drive continues on a Thursday afternoon, and we start our second hour, as always, with the top 4 at 4. A quick look at today's news in your world of sports. For more on that, here is Walker Smith.
Thank you, Russ. At number 1, dark mode is officially back for Tennessee football. The Vols showed off the new Adidas version of the all-black alternate uniform today on social media. This wraps up the week-long release, and merchandise for fans will be available for purchase tomorrow.
If you have any concern at all, and you shouldn't at this point, about how Adidas has handled stuff, go to On3 and look at the drop of Wisconsin and Notre Dame's new uniforms with Under Armour.
On3.
Now, they look like WWE stuff.
Notre Dame is Nike, right?
Oh, that's true. Well, what? Yeah, they were just they were Under Armour. You're right.
My buddy Jeff, the Notre Dame fan, he likes the Notre Dame.
It looked pretty glossy to me.
They're both glossy. They're both shiny.
Yes,
there's a lot going on there.
Wisconsin's is just
Wisconsin.
That's like,
putrid.
That is.
Well, I mean, Wisconsin
got
got
Under Armour.
Wisconsin's got bigger problems than
Culver's
the uniforms right now, though, man.
Yeah.
They've got Luke Fickell problems.
Yes.
What have they done to the Notre Dame uniform? That would be one. I mean, I feel like that's like Penn State, Alabama, Tennessee.
Is Alabama the last school that just does not mess with their uniforms?
They've done it every once in a blue moon. Remember they did the houndstooth thing one year?
You could barely tell.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
You could barely tell it. And it was a one-off. But
Georgia let them mess theirs up one time, and they got stomped by somebody in one of those.
Georgia wore those Power Ranger uniforms that year. They played Boise State in the old Georgia Dome. Notre Dame this is not the first time they've worn something goofy. They wear a lot of alternates. Michigan, Nebraska, even Penn State. I mean, they don't get crazy with it, but they do wear alternates.
Yeah, somebody posted a picture, and it reminded me Notre Dame when they and they do this. They just did it recently. The green jerseys with the white pants and the gold helmet. It's beautiful.
Well, that's
great.
Like
I always liked it when they wore the green.
Vegas Davis days, doesn't it, Bob?
Yeah.
Yeah. You know who Vegas Davis is, Russ?
Oh yeah, but.
Vegas Ferguson?
Vegas Ferguson, sorry.
Yeah.
Wait, do you know who Vegas Davis is?
No, I was getting him conflated with
Vegas Davis was a basketball player who
Yeah.
played here under Kevin O'Neal. Could jump
Vegas
out of the
Ferguson.
gym. Vegas Davis reference on the drive. Played with Alico Dunk.
God, it's an all-time Tennessee name.
Yeah. We had a basketball player named Alico Dunk, Walker.
What a name. Name Hall of Fame right there.
Yep. With him and Vegas Davis.
If only his career was as good as his name.
God, that's awesome. At number 2, Josh Elander has landed 2 recruits this afternoon as Clemson pitcher Hayden Simerson and FIU infielder Mario Travella have committed to Tennessee. Simerson was 1-2 with 4 saves and a 3.62 ERA last season, and opponents only hit 158 against him, and he had an 0.90 whip. Travella hit .287 with a .384 on base percentage in 52 games. Simerson is considered a draft risk to the MLB.
Shout out to Volsack. 22 hours ago.
Volsack strikes again.
22 hours ago, he was talking about Mario Travella coming to Rocky Top.
He's on
now, as I understand it, the pitcher from Clemson is a big-time draft
significant draft risk.
And the Travella kid is basically an insurance policy. Like, he might not and the draft is this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
So we've got a bunch of middle infielders, Jack Dugan from the Mid-State, Cole Coninger from Texas, a couple of others. If they all get drafted and sign and go pro, then maybe we bring this guy in as a depth piece. But if one or more of those guys don't sign and go pro, then there's a chance that I'm sorry, what's the kid's name from FIU?
Travella.
Mario there's a chance that we don't take him, because that has not been officially announced yet, even though Volsack is reporting. And I mean, we goof on Volsack, but he had the Andrew Duncan. He was the first person to report that name publicly. So obviously, whoever this person is tied in with the coaching staff. It's not me. Are you Volsack?
No.
Bear, are you Volsack?
No.
Walker, are you Volsack?
No. Are you Volsack?
No, but that's probably what I would say if I was Volsack.
It's true. Got to keep your anonymity.
He is already he's dunked a few times on Mustard Tosser.
If I had
as far as source
if I had a burner account where I was disseminating the news that I didn't feel comfortable talking about on air, I would not have as juvenile and sophomoric a name as Volsack.
Yeah, yours would be a much more professional burner handle.
Yeah, might be goofy, but I mean that's childish, dude.
Yep. At number 3, Knoxville Catholic football has self-imposed a 1-year TSSAA playoff ban for the 2026 football season due to recruiting violations. The TSSAA opened an investigation into the program and found illegal communication between a non-faculty assistant coach and a player, according to a school release. The coach attempted to convince the player to transfer to Catholic. Therefore, Catholic football will be on a 2-year probation period, though the postseason ban only applies for 2026.
I mean, it's just outrageous what has happened to East Tennessee high school football.
It's unbelievable.
Well, it has. I mean, you
No
guys
integrity.
had that whole sex scandal thing, whatever happened there, Russ.
Zero
They
integrity.
adjudicated all that yet?
Yes, and we fired the coaches immediately, and they'll
True.
be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. That's what you do. You take accountability. We even fired the head coach who had nothing to do with it. We cleaned house. That's called accountability, Bear. Not, well, everybody, you guys do it too.
There's a huge difference between what was going on at your alma mater. And, I mean, it's not a big shock. I mean, we are talking about – I blame Logan Quinton for this.
Yes, because as we all know, the institution of the Catholic Church has never had any sort of sexual impropriety or scandal ever.
Not within our football program.
Does not happen.
Nope, doesn't happen.
Ever. I mean, really, dude, you don't want to go. I'm going to help you out here, Walker. Go ahead.
Yeah,
Go
you're
ahead.
always looking to help me out.
Just glad some integrity is being taken by the TSSAA.
Yeah.
There's some laws to this stuff.
I mean, we let the show off, but you have to put it in the top 4.
Please speak in the microphone.
Maybe, hey, it's always good to refresh that for the top 5. Too.
Yeah,
it's true. I might need to bring that
In
one
radio,
up again.
you got to reset, Walker.
It's the top of the hour.
Every
reset.
20 minutes. We'll hit this coming up here at the bottom of the hour.
Yeah, we'll talk about it then. And at number 4, the FIFA World Cup quarterfinals begin today with a great matchup of top 10 teams. Tournament favorite France take on Morocco in a rematch of the 2022 World Cup semifinal. Kickoff was at 4 p.m. on Fox, and it is currently 0-0 in the 8th minute.
I've got the over on 2.5 goals, so Let's get to scoring, boys.
France looks like they've almost scored 2 already.
Oh, good.
So
All right,
they're
let's do
threatening.
it. Pour it on, baby. Pour it on.
Bear, how much of this game will you watch? Well, it'll probably be over when we're done.
It just depends on whether or not Walker will turn his laptop computer towards me.
Yeah.
He's watching it right now. I'll keep an eye on it.
Yeah, I always keep an eye on the scores. It's my job.
We get it.
Quarterfinals, man. It's a big deal.
Only get it once every 4 years. Enjoy every second of it.
Thank you, Walker. That's the top 4 at 4, brought to you this afternoon by ECR Total Landscapes for all your tree trimming and yard maintenance landscaping needs. It's ECR Total Landscapes. Check out ECRTotalLandscapes.com. Tell them Fan Run Radio sent you for discounts and savings. We are going down memory lane this afternoon, and we'll go open lines this hour. We've got Bobby Majors set to join us. What a great call from Bud in Savannah at the end of hour number 1. Getting emotional, talking about his relationship with the Majors family. And we had a great interview with Dr. Tim Johnson, who has written a book on General Nealon's military career. It just came out today. And so, I mean, we're getting in the Wayback Machine here. And let's open it up. Your favorite Vols growing up. What Bud said moved me. When you're a kid, because it's different now, and I find myself, it's unbelievable. Like, we're talking to Blake Burke yesterday over there at Covenant Health Park.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember watching Todd Helton play at UT. And like, I go back, Reggie Cobb was my first Tennessee football hero. And I remember this girl in elementary school that I went with. Her dad worked over at UT in like the sports information department. And she had a birthday party and all the kids went over. And there were a bunch of Tennessee players there. Like the dad had brought them over. And they're just hanging out as a Sunday, I remember, because they were watching an NFL game. And Reggie Cobb was there. And Preston Warren, and who went to Catholic here. And Thomas the TD Woods. If you guys remember him, a great player, great punt returner. And it was like, oh my God. Like, these guys are, and they're just, like, now you realize that they're just human beings. But when you're 8 years old, they're like rock stars in the flesh. And then you grow up and you get older. And I'm sitting there looking at Blake Burke. He's sitting right next to me yesterday over at the Cove. And I'm like, this is a kid. He's a child. Like, I've got a daughter that is 4 years younger than him, 3 or 4 years younger. Like, he's so young.
Yeah.
And there was a time in my life when, like, I just assumed guys like that were adults. I guess technically Blake Burke is an adult, but it's a special thing when you're young and you have a sports hero.
Sometimes not even when you're young. I mean, I had because you guys that listen to the show at this point, and folks on the team of the Drive, you know by now I'm a basketball nut. And I still play, and I was playing some pickup ball here in Knoxville. I don't know how long ago it's been, but I've crossed paths playing pickup basketball with like Fred Jenkins, who I knew about.
Oh, I love Fred Jenkins.
Yeah.
He's a referee with KYS. I see
Yeah.
him all the time.
The Schuler boy. I mean, I played with all these guys, and it's like, to me, it's kind of a kick because it's like, you know enough about their background and what they did. It's like, man, I'm actually out here doing this with them, and I'm not anywhere near the level of athleticism that these guys were, but it's pretty cool.
I remember playing, I played basketball with Terry Fair a lot. And like, Terry was a great high school his brother played at UConn and was a great just all around athlete, great basketball player. And like, he would play after not playing for years and would come out there and it's just like unstoppable.
Yeah.
It's like, do whatever you want. When you see when you get with real athletes and you're sharing space with them on a field or a court of play, like it can be eye-opening and eye-popping. It's like, oh man, these guys are just born with something different. Now, you mentioned Heath Schuler, like Reggie Cobb was my first guy. He was the first star. Him and Jeff Francis was the quarterback. But Heath Schuler was the first player, and I get 92, 93, so I'd have been like 12 and 13. He was the first guy that was evolved, and it was different with him. All right, like Reggie Cobb was good, played in the NFL. Heath was special.
Mm-hmm.
Like he was a dude, and people say what they want about his pro career, and we can go down that rabbit hole. I'll go to the mats for Heath Schuler, but Heath Schuler was like a one-man wrecking crew. You know, he was obviously surrounded with other very talented players, but especially at the beginning, man, he was just kind of out there running around, making plays, kind of Johnny Football-esque.
Could you imagine him in Heupel's offense?
Oh,
modern day spread with his wheels. He was incredible. Reggie Cobb was otherworldly. It's, you know, he had some off the field stuff that kind of sidetracked him here, but rest in peace. He was an absolute thoroughbred running back. That the best duo we ever had was him and Chuck. Reggie.
I mean, there have been some good ones, man. I mean, you had Jamal Lewis and Travis Henry on the team.
Travis Stevens.
So we've had some good ones. I mean, Jalen Hurd and Alvin Kamara were on the team at the same time. And maybe next year we'll have Deshaun Bishop and David Gabriel George on the team at the same time.
That'd be pretty awesome. I was like, you want to feel real old talking about who, like, my favorite. Like,
who was your guy, Walker?
It was Dobbs.
Golly, Dobbs is like
it was
kid
like Dobbs. Yeah. Like Dobbs was my first.
How old were you when Dobbs was quarterback?
When was the first year he was QB?
14, I think.
Oh, I was 13 years old. 14 years old.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, that's who it was. It was Dobbs, and it was Kamara, and all those guys, and a lot of Butch dudes.
He wasn't as big as Vince Young, but he had a lot of that Vince Young glide in him and everything. I mean, that's what I always
smarter than Vince.
Yeah, well, yeah.
He never looked like he was one of those guys that it doesn't look like they're running fast.
No, but covering ground, man.
And then you realize that, yeah. So,
who was your first guy, Bear?
Jimmy Streeter.
The Silva Streak.
Probably Jimmy Streeter. I can remember, like, when I was a wee lad, I'm talking like 4 years old. Like, my first games were when Condridge was a quarterback. So, but I don't really remember him. But yeah, Jimmy Streeter, and then Willie Galt.
What was Streeter's deal? Was he diabetic?
Yeah, diabetic, and then
ended up losing limbs.
Yeah,
like he was in a wheelchair the last couple of years of his
like
life.
my ex-brother-in-law knew him.
He died at 46, man.
Yeah, we saw him at a UT football game
I'll
after
be 46.
He had lost one of his arms. Wow. And it was just
tough.
Yeah, he's another one that if you plucked him out and put him in the modern day spread / Heupel, all these offenses, he would have been a Heisman Trophy candidate.
First team All-SEC in 1979, quarterback of the Toronto Argonauts in 1980 from Silva, North Carolina. Had a couple of good quarterbacks from North Carolina.
Schuler,
Streeter, Jonathan Crompton.
Streeter's brother played with Lawrence Taylor at UNC.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I think it was right after the draft. I'll have to go back and double check. I think he may have gotten tragically killed in like a car wreck heading NFL camp. It was a Streeter family. It was just sad.
I just thought of another one that I played basketball with. That now this was a while back, so he was just off the heels of the NFL. Terry McDaniel.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe the best athlete.
Played for the Raiders.
Yeah, but he was still very, very, very athletic and hadn't aged that much. I was like, what are you doing out here with us, man?
He was known. Last time I saw T-Mac, he was a ringer on. There was a social worker softball league that my ex used to. She's a social worker. She played in, and look out there. I'm like, I know Terry McDaniels is not a social worker. I'm not sure what he was doing, but I look out there and there's all these social workers, and there's former NFL DB Terry McDaniel playing.
Basketball late 80s, the first UT star I remember was Dyron Nix with the Jerry curl.
Jerry curl mullet.
And he would dunk and like his legs would like spread out like a frog. It was the coolest thing you ever saw.
Did he take off at like the foul line? He could
And then
fly.
Then, of course, right after that was Allen Houston. Still probably the best basketball player I ever got to see, having missed the Ernie and Bernie era at Tennessee.
To me, it's Ernie Bernie. I was in kindergarten when they were doing.
Who was your guy? So 2014 would have been,
I think,
like Jerron Mayman, Jarnell Stokes, like those guys.
Josh Richardson.
Okay.
Is my
J-Rich.
Josh Richardson. I remember the year he was here. I loved him. He was there. Obviously, all the other guys around then.
He's a good one. That's a good
I feel
one.
like there's a big gap between like Bears got the 70s, I've got the 80s, Walker's got the 2010s. So like the glory era of the late 90s and the 2000s. I'm sure we've got some alert listeners out there. Let's talk to Jordan. Good afternoon, Jordan. You're on the drive. It's Fan Run Radio.
Hey, fellas. How y'all doing?
Doing well. How are you, sir?
I'm better than I deserve. Can't complain. I enjoying you're talking, Russell, about playing against, high-level athletes and actually being on the court of the field with them. And it reminded me of being when I was in college at ETSU and playing on at the CPA on the rec courts. And ETSU's men's team used to come in there and play once their season was over against all of us, which I was surprised by. I don't know if that's normal at UT or not. But yeah, you play those guys one-on-one or on a 5-on-5 environment, and you see the level that is, and that's ETSU. It's not even, an SEC school. But I remember one time, funny story, I'm playing one time and there's a girl on the other team and I get matched up on her and they throw a skip pass to her and I'm kind of lazy getting to her. She hits a three and come down the next possession. They throw it to her and I go out on her and I'm kind of sagged off and she just pulls it right in my face and makes it.
She's cooking.
And I'm like, get on her.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, they're right. Get on her. What are you doing? So next time they come down, I'm like denying, like got a hand in a pass lane because she doesn't get it. And she gets in my body and pushes off, pops out, catches it, rips, pulls up, hits another three. And I mean, she's just hitting everything. Come to find out afterwards, she had like the ETSU women's 3-point record on the women's actual, team. And she was in there playing too, but I had no idea that she was a women's player. And she's out there embarrassing me in front
of your boys. There, dude, you're letting that girl cook you. Come on, Jordan. What are you doing? Jordan, you can't be called Jordan anymore. We're gonna call you Scotty.
Rodman, Rodman played good defense, so I guess don't call me Rodman either. But I've been wanting to ask you guys about something too. Just haven't had a chance to call in. I've got 5 results for Heupel from the administration after this season, and I want y'all to tell me what result he would have that would give him what result he would have during the season that would result in these actions taken by the administration. So we got fired, put on the hot seat, retained, extended, and memorialized. Like they name a street after him or a statue or something.
Fired, hot seat, retained. What's the one after that?
Extended, like contract extended or raised, and then memorialized.
I feel like it's pretty simple. I mean, fired 4 and 8.
5 and 7?
No.
5 and 7. I'll think
5 and 7 would be a hot seat.
Bob, what do you think?
For fired?
Yeah.
I think, I think it's 5 and 7.
You think you get fired at 5 and 7,
yeah.
big guy?
Yeah.
Really?
All right.
Think about how bad our fan base would get if we got to, we're playing Vandy and we're 4 and 7 at that point.
Hot seat 6 and 6. Obviously, would 7 and 5?
No, I think I might have misunderstood the question. I was going to say I would mash up hot seat and retained, and what would that take? It'd be 6 and 6, possibly 7 and 5. I'd say hot seat, but retained. So I know.
Retained without the hot seat, yeah, just retained without.
Yeah.
7 and 5, 8 and 4, like is retained to me. Extension, maybe 9 and 3.
Nah,
10 and 2 at least for an extension.
10 and 2, I could see.
And then memorialize. You only get memorialized at 12 and 0.
Yeah,
I mean, that's a strong word right there. We're building statues, naming streets, and
championship.
Yep.
You can go 12 and 0 and not win a championship.
Well, that's it. You pretty much have to win. You got to win something. You got to win the SEC or the Natty.
Have we had any coaches that have just won the SEC and no Natty that have been, something's named after them or something?
Johnny Majors.
They're getting set to build a statue of Doug Dickey up there.
Okay, there you go. Anyway, just interesting thought. So biggest thing that made me wonder was what's he got to do to get fired? Not that I wanted to get fired, but I know how things can turn quickly.
Mm-hmm.
Think about Florida State going from 12-0 to firing their head coach. Yeah. Well, this is the very next year.
Well, I'll put it this way. It's like that Supreme Court justice said, and as far as defining obscenity, I know it when I see it. If this dude needs firing, we'll know it. We'll know it when we see it. I don't know that I could put a number on it right now, but it's just a feeling you get. Unfortunately, we have a lot of experience with this through the years.
And can I segue now into an offshoot of Jordan's question? Talk about put that filter out there for Barnes, because it feels like the only question I would have is what's it take to get probably memorialized?
Final Four.
Do you think that's enough, or is it got to win it all?
Dude,
has he already done enough?
Yeah.
There's got to be some room between extended and memorialized. I think that's where
it's
a
lifetime deal.
Yeah. Final Four is like, I don't know if we're building a statue.
Does he get a banner?
If you get a Final Four, I feel like we're fighting if anybody ever says anything bad about him in our faces.
Yeah.
Really?
Are we putting his names in the rafters for a Final Four, though?
No, I think you got to win a championship for that.
Yeah.
But I do think he'll get something named after him at some point if he makes it. I don't know. He's
already won multiple SEC championships. Isn't he almost our winningest coach ever? Like he should pass that this season, right?
He holds like all the the records. Like previously, Tennessee will have only made like a certain number of Elite Eight or Sweet 16s, and Barnes, like most of those marks, Barnes has doubled them during his tenure. So.
Hey, Jordan, thanks for the phone call, man. We got to take a quick time out. More of your calls after the break. You're listening to The Drive on Turn Back the Clock Day. Back with more right after this.
The Drive.
Big Orange Country's home for sports. This is Fan Run Radio.
It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. Oh, sorry. Getting in the mood because this Saturday is Christmas in July at Covenant Health Park. But your Knoxville Smokies have great promotions all week long. Like all-you-can-eat Wednesday, Knox Vegas Thirsty Thursday with half-off draft beers, fireworks on Friday, then yes, the big man himself on Saturday. We end the week with our day game of the week. It's a week full of fun at the ballpark. Get your tickets now at SmokiesBaseball.com.
Smokies! Is your yard starting to look more wild than welcoming? Yeah, don't let your landscape be that house on the block. At ECR Total Landscapes, we make sure your outdoor space is something you're proud of. From de-weeding flower beds to leaf blowing, trimming, mulching, and more, completely customizable to your property's specific needs. We'll handle it all. Why spend your weekends sweating it out in the yard when you can just sit back and enjoy it? That's the ECR difference. And right now, new customers can get 10% off your first month of our monthly maintenance package when you sign up for a full calendar year. That's right. Consistent, reliable service at a price that makes it easy to get started. No sweat, no hassle, just a better looking lawn week after week. Call ECR Total Landscapes today and mention promo code FANRUN to save 10% on your first month. Call 865-384-2012 or visit us online at ecrtotallandscapes.com.
Located in Knoxville's historic Old City, Barley's offers great food, live music, the best draft beer selection in town, and now your new favorite place to watch sports. Their indoor projector is perfect for any weather, and they've revamped their upstairs area with more TVs to take in all of the action. Their menu features hand-battered chicken tenders, juicy burgers, fresh salads, and the tastiest pizza in Knoxville. You can enjoy their happy hour drink specials daily from open until 6 p.m. Barley's Tap Room and Pizzeria.
Tennessee!
Citizens National Bank.
Life is more fun with a Good Life account, offering extra benefits, including bank travel. Experience the trip of a lifetime to Ireland. Explore rolling green hills, historic castles, and charming villages across the Emerald Isle. Get in on the fun. Call 865-429-7935 today.
Citizens National Bank. Banking never felt so good.
Member FDIC.
Welcome to Axle Logistics, where excellence isn't just a goal, it's an energy. As a leading third-party logistics company, Axle is powered by an award-winning culture built on a work hard, play hard mentality. Here, the drive for success is contagious and hard work never goes unnoticed. Whether you're just starting out or looking to level up, Axle Logistics is the place to launch your career. Join us and take your ambition to the stars. To learn more, visit axlelogistics.com.
Don't you wish your life came with a warning app?
I saw this post from SEC Supremacy at SEC Supremacy College Football, and it's a list every SEC team's conference opponent that they have the most all-time wins against. What team, for example, has the Vols beaten the most in conference for football? Pretty easy to predict for Tennessee who that is.
Yeah, I mean, it's one or two. Kentucky.
It's Kentucky.
Okay.
Yeah, they'd have
Kentucky's also Florida's biggest. Florida's had their most wins against Kentucky, but
now tell the part that made me chuckle.
I was then interested. I was like, okay, so for Kentucky, who have they beaten the most? It's Vanderbilt 49 times, and then for Vanderbilt, it's Kentucky 45 times.
Good Lord,
that's awesome. Oh, that's awesome. I love that.
I think Kentucky. It was at one point in the past 10 years. If Kentucky won like 70 something straight, they would get to 500 against us.
The only team that's got more. Tennessee has 86 wins against Kentucky. The only conference team that has more wins than that against a conference opponent is Alabama with 88 wins over Mississippi State.
Exercising futility there.
Yeah. Yeah.
865-966-3435. We're going down memory lane this afternoon. We've got Bobby Majors going to join the show in hour number 3 here about an hour from now. And we want to know who your guy was. Who was your childhood hero? For those of you that, like us, came to the Vols as a kid, who was the guy you looked up to, the guy you wanted to be, the guy you pretended to be when you were out in the backyard running around with your little Nerf ball? And you like throw it. Did you do that thing where like you're all the player, like you throw it and then like you catch it and run into the end zone? You do all the things.
Oh yeah,
I was doing the play-by-play too.
Yeah, Baskerville back to throw. Yeah. He's got Baskerville. Yeah. Baskerville touchdown.
I'm sure our neighbors were watching me, just going, "What the hell, man? That kid needs some
Baskerville
help."
kid. He's kind of
got
a nutty Martha.
Doing a lot of that. Oh, bless his heart. That's
He's special. Just leave him alone.
There's another one for me. Anthony Hancock and Johnny Jones were another.
Okay.
I mean, those two guys.
Those are good names.
Oh, Stanley the Steamer. Stanley Morgan.
Play for the Patriots, right?
Yeah. He was one of the original. He's one of the guys that made this place wide receiver and Sievers.
Get back to that. Jamie is next. Good afternoon, Jamie. You're on the drive. Fan Run Radio.
Barry, you said Anthony Hancock would remind me Anthony Miller about that era.
Well, yeah, there was wasn't there an Anthony Morgan too?
Yes, there was. He played for the Bears, I believe. Now we'll say this about Hancock. He ended up being a high school football referee, and he had one of the most horrendous calls that went against Catholic.
What are you doing? What are you doing right now? Just stop. Now, Anthony Miller played in the late 80s and was drafted by the Chargers, as I recall.
Chargers, yeah. Played with Dan. Did he play with Eric Coryell over there? With what were they? Was it Charlie Joyner? And
were they still doing that in the late 80s?
I don't know.
I mean, what's wild is a lot of there's a strange there's a connection between Eric Coryell and Tennessee. When we went, Johnny Majors in the mid to late 80s went to, I don't know if it was Walt Harris or who it was.
Al Saunders.
But we started doing a lot of that.
Yeah, we ran basically the same offensive system, kind of like what Heupel's doing now, where it evolved over time. But like we started running that pro style offense in the mid 80s and did not change until Dave Clawson in 2008. Like it went from Walt Harris to Cutcliffe to Randy Sanders. I might have skipped Fulmer, obviously, was in between Walt Harris and Cutcliffe. But like we were just kind of running the same system.
Power running and stretching, going for deep shots.
Yeah, and I'm never going to say a bad word about David Cutcliffe, but I tell you what, I think it's beautiful watching our offense throw across the middle of the field now. I think that's awesome. I don't know if it's because we never did it under Cutcliffe or not, but I just think that middle of the football field is wide open a lot. I try to use that when I'm playing this game that just came out today.
That's your stretch. Yeah, attack the middle of the field. I don't, because I have a life, but I'm trying to. I just kidding. Shots fired. Cheap shot Thursday. I mean, it's interesting, the strategy. I remember that was the criticism. It's like we run it up the middle, but we won't throw over the middle.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I'll tell you one of the prettiest, real quick, Jamie. One of the prettiest passes. He's no longer with us, but Nico to Thornton against Oklahoma in Norman. Man,
that was pretty good.
That was
who's no longer with us.
Well, Nico.
Oh,
he's no longer.
Make it sound like he's dead.
No, he's no longer evolved.
I don't know. It wasn't better than Hooker to Brew at 22 Alabama.
Yeah.
Brew went up.
But this one, I mean, Thornton just never touched, man. I mean, he was gone. That was what I loved.
I mean, there's nothing better than like an 80-yard touchdown pass, is there?
Yeah.
Regardless of how it gets there, just oh man, feels great.
The rainbow.
I prefer, if you're going to do an 80-yard touchdown pass, if I get to pick it, Russ, I want it in stride over the shoulder, please.
Yeah, a bomb, T-Rob to Tim McGee,
just dropping it right in his hands.
I mean, the best one from that Tennessee-Alabama game was the Jalen Hyatt one where he splits the safeties and he just runs scot-free down the field.
That's great. I love the camera angle of that, where the safeties are tripping over each other and they tumble over each other and they look up and see him. But yeah, Barry, a lot of yours are mine, man. I remember Jimmy Streeter was my first quarterback, and then moved on to, I guess it was Oshesky, and then the cat that played baseball over there,
Cockrell. There was Steve Alatorre. He was a star. The Garden State Bowl up there in New Jersey. Won that one. I can't remember who we played.
Would it have been in Maryland or something like that? Or?
I think so. We used to end up playing Maryland a lot in those bowls. We played Maryland in the first Citrus Bowl, Russ. You tell me who their quarterback was.
In the first Citrus Bowl?
I believe in the first Citrus Bowl, it was Tennessee and Maryland.
I know who Maryland had. Was it Boomer?
Boomer Esiason.
Wow.
We beat him.
Still Trap McGee over here. Speaking of, you brought up Heath Schuler. What was it? Let's see if you got this one. What was his coming out party?
At Georgia, Tween the Hedges, 1992.
92. Yeah.
When was the I hope he blows his knee out game?
That was
Arkansas.
That was 93. Yeah, Danny Ford. But 92, because I remember at that time, Andy Kelly had left, and it was it was like a quarterback race between Schuler and Colquitt. And I remember, of course, I was 12 years old. What did I know? But I remember at the time being not that impressed with either one. And it was just kind of like, man, what are we going to do? How are we going to replace Andy Kelly? And like after that afternoon down in Athens, Jamie was like, okay, I think number 21's got it.
Kelly threw a really pretty ball.
I hadn't seen anything like it either, Russ. And just, what a splash onto the scene. We were not favored to win that game.
No.
I think Georgia was ranked and we weren't, or they were ranked high.
Garrison
and we
Hurst.
low. Garrison Hurst. I think they might have had Hines Ward.
Was Eric Zaire the quarterback at that time?
He was
I think he was a quarterback in 90. I know he was in 95, so he might have been.
Zaire.
I can't remember.
He's that guy who goes bald in high school.
You
ever seen him?
4th and 15 to Ronald Davis over the middle was a good one too.
The big fourth down play. That's I remember. Okay, if we're going to remember plays that made that game special, was the very last play of the game when it looked like Georgia was going to get into field goal position, and we tackled them and they fumbled. They had the ball at the end, driving, and somebody broke a big one and was crossing midfield, and we stripped him from behind and fell on it and sealed it. But if we're talking about the first players, let me just transcend over to basketball. Tyrone Beeman.
Okay, anyone? Bob? I know the name. That's a little bit before my time.
He's
a point guard, right?
Yep, point guard. Played with. I think he was a senior when Tony White was a freshman.
Okay.
That's just about. Yeah, that was right before I got here.
Some Gary Carter. That's my age group, Bear. Me and you. But yeah, man, when you brought up Anthony Hancock, it made me think of Anthony Miller and Johnny Jones from Mumford, Tennessee. And what's crazy, man, is all my life I've heard that call by John Ward calling him the Silva Senior, and never realized. I've always thought he was just describing like, oh, that must be a cool adjective. I didn't know he was from Silva, North Carolina.
That's just a word John Ward made up.
Yeah, I was fine with it. Well, man, what a cool topic. I'm glad y'all. I hope we get to string that out a day or two. But I am definitely looking forward to this Bobby Majors call. That's one thing about UT I wish we'd do better is reach out to our to these living legends, man. I'm looking forward to hearing what you've got for him and what he's got for us. Y'all hang in there.
Thank you, Jamie. Appreciate the phone call.
They've done better. I mean, they were able to finally mend the fence with Bernard years ago.
Yeah.
Brought him back, and
Tony Robinson came back.
Yeah, T-Rob.
Well, you gotta celebrate these older guys while they're still around.
Yeah, and then Bernard King's he's the best basketball player that ever played.
I mean, there's probably a handful of guys that are still alive from the 1951 championship team. Obviously, Big Jim. I don't know of any others. The 67 SEC championship team that won the Lichtkenhaus national title. That was Dewey Warren and those guys. And I was thinking when we were talking to the Neyland guy, Tim Johnson. So it's 100 years since Neyland came here in 1925, and he was an assistant coach and in charge of the ROTC program. And then in 26, they gave him the head coaching job. Like, they should do something. If you're wanting like a theme for your Smoky Grays or something, you got to do something to commemorate 100 years since the general got here, right?
Yeah, I agree. That would be great.
Uniform patch, helmet sticker, something.
Yeah.
If you go back and look at our uniforms back then, because I always said if you want to do a throwback, I'll see if I can find the picture of it, but it's pretty cool looking.
I'm looking at some of these.
To wear is before we wore orange.
You would have to do one of those things like the Packers. Didn't the Packers do a leather helmet that was it looked like a leather helmet, but
so it was.
You can get in trouble doing that. Can be.
No, I'm
that
not
can go poorly.
I was just talking about the actual jersey, the way the jersey looked. So,
I'm just looking at the live chat. A lot of people have weighed in on this question of like what player was the one that came to mind for you, and it's like a who's who. Vincent Yarborough, Jason Witten, Eric Berry, Chris Lofton, Dale Ellis, Jamal Lewis, Raynoch Thompson, Peerless Price, Isaiah Victor, Montario Hardesty.
Getting you get a snapshot of the age of our listening group here.
Exactly. George Cafago, I call him Cafago.
Is that Titans-Bill?
Yeah. No. John Henderson, Big Al Hainsworth, Larry Sievers, Allen Houston, and here's one, Lang Wiseman.
He played with Houston. They were in the same class.
Juice Davis, Cedric Houston, Travis Stevens, Another one for Raynoch Thompson. Billy Ratliff.
A
lot of Raynocks. Another one for Raynoch.
Raynoch was a bad man. What do you know about Raynoch Thompson, Walker?
Nothing. I know nothing about him.
He slept on the floor of his grandma's nursing home. I remember that.
All right.
So he's from New Orleans, St. Auguste down there is a prodigious football factory. And he comes up here and he's just a bad man. Not the biggest linebacker, but he wore number 46. He was a little bit undersized.
He's fast.
But he's fast and maybe the hardest hitting dude. One of the hardest hitters that ever laced it up for the Vols. There's a story about him playing with like a lacerated kidney. Like he hit a guy so hard that he lacerated his kidney.
His own kidney.
And like finished the game, is like peeing blood later. But like it's just
he was vicious.
Yeah, man.
Just absolutely vicious.
Him, that 98 national title team, you know, this is back when you played a true 4-3. And it was Al Wilson in the middle with Raynoch and Eric Westmoreland.
Wow.
On the outside.
Yeah.
Speed, man, which is another General Nealon. Like he prioritized speed over size.
Yep.
That was a big thing with John Chavis.
Didn't all three of those guys come in as DBs, though, or safeties? I want to say Al was a running back,
Westmoreland and Wilson did. I think Raynoch was a linebacker all the way.
All three of those guys were bad to the bone.
A few more. Casey Clausen, of course.
The Iceman.
Jamal Lewis. Little Man Stewart.
When Little Man from Morristown.
Love Little Man.
Yeah.
Number 33.
Aaron.
He Little Man was Fulmer always had that play where a guy would just jump over the pile on the goal line, or if it was a third and one. A guy would just jump over the pile, like fly. And he had a lot of guys that were good at that. James Stewart was the best.
This is a cool memory. This is from Josh Heupel's SIG. It says, I'll never forget the Vol walk. All the players and coaches had already walked through, and all of a sudden the crowd's going crazy, and it was Jawan Jennings by himself running in a suit like an airplane. Just
Jawan's got he's one in a million kind of guy.
Yeah.
Talk about complete lunatics.
They're those guys that just have a special relationship with the fan base. That might not have been the best players of all time or the most talented or whatever, but for whatever reason, they just connect with the fans. Jawan was one. I think Chris Lofton was that guy. Drew Gilbert, maybe, if you're looking for one baseball.
Mm-hmm.
Just a guy that.
John Fulkerson. It's one of those guys in a way.
A little bit.
Zakai.
Well, he was just really good.
Yes.
These
Quick
guys
time
are
out.
great.
The drive. We got to break it down here for just a second. We'll be right back to wrap up hour number 2. Stay with us.
The Drive. Miss any of your favorite Fan Run show? Listen to the podcast on our free Fan Run radio app or wherever you listen to podcasts.
White Claw is taking hard seltzer to new heights with White Claw Surge. At 8% alcohol, White Claw Surge is a stronger wave of refreshment that doesn't compromise on taste. Available in 4 bold waves of flavor like ripe blackberry, citrusy blood orange, zesty natural lime, and tart cranberry. Check out your favorite retailer in-store and online for the White Claw Surge Variety 12-pack and 16-ounce single-serve cans. White Claw Surge. Please drink responsibly.
Rickard Ridge Barbecue, located in beautiful Cove Lake State Park. Rickard Ridge is home of the best ribs in the Volunteer State. Smoked daily by Pitmaster Mark Rickard. The barbecue at Rickard Ridge is mouth-watering, fall-off-the-bone delicious. Take the scenic drive up I-75 to exit 134 for directions and to look at the rest of the menu. Visit Rickard Ridge online at rickardridgebbq.com.
Your smile says it all, so make sure it's saying the right thing. At Knoxville Smiles, we believe healthy teeth mean happy lives. Invisalign is a clear aligner orthodontic treatment that gradually straightens teeth without the use of traditional metal braces. And now, at Knoxville Smiles, we're offering Invisalign special pricing for new patients. Call for details at 865-539-1776 or just visit us at knoxvillesmiles.com. Don't wait another day to love your smile. Smile brighter with Knoxville Smiles.
Blackford Veterinary Surgery Referral specializes in surgeries not regularly performed by your pet's general veterinarian. They're currently accepting referrals from vets all across the country. With their newly renovated state-of-the-art surgery center and highly trained staff, clients can rely on professional and thorough care. If your vet says that your pet needs surgery or rehab, ask for a referral to Blackford Vet and let them get your best friend back on its feet. Located conveniently in West Knoxville. For more information, visit blackfordvetsurgery.com.
Ball fans, reimagine your home at Broadway Carpets and Flooring for any remodeling or building needs.
Says my top 3 balls of all time are in order: Bryce Brown, Caden Salter, and J.J. Peterson.
Caden Salter. J.J. Peterson.
And you act like I'm horrible when I talk about just what a complete moron Justin can be.
What, Chaz Coleman didn't make the list, Justin?
Boo Carter didn't make the list.
Every generation has those guys that don't make it, man.
Yeah.
Who was I remember Travis Cozart circa 1995.
Didn't he get in a little bit of trouble over at the Walmart? Is that where his trouble
something
started?
happened? He made good, like he's still around and coaching and stuff. Like he got it together, but
yeah. There was a kid from he played in the real game for Friday Night Lights in that state championship game against Permian. I can't remember the name of the high school.
What, Booby Miles?
No, Derek.
Oh, against Permian.
He was
Carter.
Carter High.
Carter High School, yeah.
Carter High, but the kids, he was a linebacker, Derek
man.
And he was a rich kid, upper middle class.
He got caught up in some violent robbery or something.
They were robbing video stores with a pellet gun, and
so
they were
stupid.
using one of the kids, I think it may have been his mom's Mercedes-Benz, was their getaway car. But he did his commitment from a hot tub.
Tony Robinson.
That was, you talk about just taking all the gas out of one of the, I mean, it was the best season of my lifetime, that 85 season up until that point.
I remember watching that Tony Robinson UCLA game. That's when I was not in Tennessee, but I was like, God, this team's got something, man.
He was.
Let's get Phil in here next. Yeah. Phil, you're on the drive, Fan Run Radio.
What is that, Debbie?
What's up, Philly?
How are the boys doing?
Hey, we're doing well. Just taking a little stroll down memory lane here.
Yeah, it's been an enjoyable show. I enjoyed Bear being sassy today. It was very comical for me.
Well, it is a day that ends in Y.
Yeah. Well, also, Catholics got some stuff down there, and then they're not going to take care of it until somebody's gone down there. You know what I mean?
It's a shame.
That's how you take responsibility, Bear. Are you taking notes? Phil calls in and says, this is unacceptable. Fire everybody. It's called accountability. Take note.
Yeah. Let's go down memory lane about Conrad Holloway.
Oh, man.
The Artful Dodger.
What a talent.
Pure talent. He's the best player, talent-wise, and quarterback I've ever had over there.
I mean, that's one, when you do the whole, what would so-and-so look like in a modern offense? I mean, that's the guy, right? Is Condrich Holloway running around, slinging it.
When did he play?
Early, what, Phil, like 72 to 75, something like that?
72, 73, 74. Only played 3 years because they didn't have he would have started as a freshman at Tennessee, but they didn't have the freshman eligibility until the next year.
Can't find a much nicer guy, too, man.
Condrich?
Yeah, just a great guy.
Bob, I seen you were talking about Texas getting that Spears. What position does he play?
It's a great question. I want to say he's pretty big. I want to say like 6'6" or something. You know, like, so he's a wing, but I didn't realize he's the top prospect in the class of 27. That's Sean Miller's not messing around, man. He's putting some stuff together down there.
Well, I'm surprised he didn't go to LSU. I mean, because his dad went to LSU and played football, right?
Yeah. Yeah, he's Swagoo's got some he's got some talented kids. I think his daughter's playing volleyball at Texas as well. So he's got some linkage to Austin.
Well, I'm sure he's going to get paid a nice NIL package down there.
Yeah.
Of course, that's the way it is, man.
Yep.
I enjoyed all these highlights I saw with the basketball team day before yesterday. Looks to me like the most talented team Martin's had since he's been here.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'm guessing you might have heard our interview with Shumpert yesterday, who was at the practice. It was great just hearing some of these other names, man. You know, we talk about Juke Harris and Lundblade and, you know, Harrelson, but then he was saying some of these freshmen look like they could contribute. And Dwayne Brown sounds like he looks good. I mean, it's pretty exciting.
They're long and lean.
Yeah.
But they look pretty ripped. And there's no big physical looking guy, but that's probably the only thing they need. Somebody's about, you know,
God, man,
6'11", about 250 pounds, but they don't have that.
If we could have that 5-for-5 thing and have one more year of Akpara as our rim protector, I mean, that would be.
Oh, yeah. Phil, the one thing, too, I would say real quick, because I know we got to bounce. Shump was very high on what he's seen from Braden Liu. So I think we've talked about him, too. I mean, he said he's just intense athletically. I mean, he's really, really good.
Well, it's time to crank up the Braves Chop song so Barry can hear it. See you.
Are we getting a baseball update coming up here next, Walker?
It's not planned. Do you want one?
It's top of the hour. We need to wrap that up, guys.
I'm sorry? What? Hour number 3 of The Drive coming up next. It's Fan Run Radio.
The Drive.
Fan Run Radio, where Big Orange Country comes to talk sports. Start your morning off with your daily dose of talk sports with John Reed and Cody McClure from 8 to 11. Then it's Tony Basilio from 11 to 1. The Playbook with William Pattison from 1 to 3. And The Drive from 3 to 6. It's 10 hours of hard-hitting local sports radio every day, right here on the flagship station for Tennessee fans. This is Fan Run Radio, Knoxville.
Are you thinking of buying a home but don't know where to start? Well, call VFL Josh Travis, your local mortgage expert with Foundation Mortgage, based right here in Knoxville. Whether it's your first home or your forever home, he'll keep the process simple every step of the way. To get started, visit mortgagebrokerjosh.com or call 423-312-9777 today. Foundation Mortgage Company, LLC is an equal opportunity housing company. NMLS number 1387311.
Is your smile ready for the spotlight? Hi, I'm Dr. Jacob Wilco, and at Knoxville Smiles, we make every visit a reason to smile. From routine cleanings to dazzling cosmetic treatments, our experienced team uses the latest technology to keep your teeth healthy and your smile bright. With a warm, welcoming atmosphere and personalized care, we're here to make sure you leave feeling your best. Don't wait. Your perfect smile is just a call away. Book your appointment today at 865-539-1776 or online at knoxvillesmiles.com. Smile brighter with Knoxville Smiles.
Are you ready for the start of a new season? Maybe looking for your team to go on a tournament run? Get game day ready with Crumble. Head on over to your nearest location and pick up 12 pre-selected cookies plus exclusive toppers. When you're looking for dessert options, there's no question about who you should call on. Our listeners already know. Last year, the Dubai chocolate was a home run, along with the brownie batter. Oreo crumb was another crowd favorite. What new flavor will set the standard this season? If you're in the Knoxville area, there are 3 locations ready to serve you: Clinton Highway, Parkside Drive, and Maryville. Download the Crumble app to build your best lineup and vote on the best combos. You can even put your bid in to request a new flavor. Order in the app and slide on over to your nearest location. Tell them Fan Run sent you, and as always, it's for the fans, by the fans. Don't miss the cookies.
A brand built in Tennessee and born from the love of the game.
Inward Half revolutionizes golfing comfort. Crafted by a former pro and dedicated enthusiast just like you, our luxury performance wear guarantees you stay cool and comfortable through every swing and every day. We're not just a brand. We've set out to create a lifestyle for those who understand that impeccable style and premium performance are a hole-in-one. Enjoy the walk-in with Inward Half.
You're listening to FM 105.7 and AM 1340, WKGN Knoxville, and W289CU Knoxville, Fan Run Radio.
We really need to get some branded stuff. Shirts, hats, promo items, something professional.
I mean, we could just find a website and order a bunch of it ourselves.
You could, but you're taking a big risk. You don't know the quality, the fit, the timeline. It's a roll of the dice.
Yeah, I guess, but isn't that how everyone does it now?
Not the ones who actually care about how their brand looks. Look, if we're putting our name on it, it needs to be done right. We need SM Athletics.
SM Athletics?
Yeah, they specialize in working with businesses like ours. Apparel, hats, promo gear, but real, customized stuff. They actually care if it turns out right.
Probably a lot better than getting stuck with 100 t-shirts with crooked logos.
Exactly. Plus, they'll walk you through everything. Sizing, colors, material, so it matches the image we're trying to build.
Makes sense. What's the name again?
SM Athletics. Trust me, if you want to look like a real company, not a flea market stand, this is the move. If you're serious about your brand, work with people who are serious about getting it right. SM Athletics.
It's time for The Drive's Top 5 at 5.
Quitting time on your Thursday, 5 o'clock. It's Fan Run Radio. I'm Russell Smith. Thanks for tuning into the show. And we begin our third and final hour, as always, with a quick look at the world of sports in the Top 5 at 5. Brought to you today by Knoxville Smiles. Walker Smith, hit it.
Thank you, Russ. At number 1, ESPN released their preseason college football FPI rankings with Tennessee prominently mentioned. They have the Vols ranked 16th in the country, just behind Michigan and Ole Miss, and just ahead of Penn State and Florida. Ohio State, Texas, and Notre Dame are the top 3 in that order.
Bob, how much stock do you put in, like, the computer formula rankings that start coming out this time of year? Like it better than the voter stuff, the human polls?
I think so. I mean, it's definitely good conversation starters, but, got to get on the field and see what happens. But, yeah.
I'm looking at Cole Kubelik just filtered out the strength of schedule aspect of the FPI. 1 through 8, 16 teams in the SEC comprise 16 of the top 18 toughest schedules in the country.
Who are the other 2?
Michigan at number 16 and Northwestern at number 17.
I guess they must play like all of Michigan, Ohio State, and Indiana.
Well, somebody must be. They've got Ohio State at number 8, so okay. I'm missing some. Arkansas has the hardest schedule, followed by Oklahoma, Texas, Kentucky, and Ole Miss. Mississippi State at number 6, Florida at 7. We have the 14th hardest schedule in America, which is, I mean, that's
kind of wild.
It's the 3rd easiest in the SEC. Only Alabama and Vanderbilt have more difficult schedules, according to the FPI.
Huh.
So, I mean, that gives, to me, Greg Sankey and the other SEC football coaches that are saying, yeah, the Big Ten's won 3 in a row. The SEC is still a deeper conference. Like, if those numbers are accurate, and I don't know how they measure, then, I mean, that gives something to it. This league, you just chew each other up over the course of a season.
Yeah, I just like the rankings because in college football, especially when you get to the voting, a lot of people don't really watch all the games or know everything about it, and they just rank it. Whereas the computer, like, however they're programmed, they at least have a base of what they're talking about and can rank them. So.
Well, and now with a 9-game conference schedule, it's only going to get more amplified.
Yep, 100%.
Yeah, Northwestern's got the top 3 teams arguably in the Big Ten.
Michigan, Ohio State, Indiana?
No, Ohio State, Oregon.
Oregon, too, yeah. Oregon's in the Big Ten. That's right. Yep. At number 2, Josh Elander has landed 2 recruits this afternoon as Clemson pitcher Hayden Simerson and FIU infielder Mario Travella have committed to Tennessee. Simerson was 1-2 with 4 saves last year, and opponents only hit 158 against him, and he only had a 0.90 whip. Travella hit 287 with a 384 on-base percentage in 52 games. Simerson is considered to be a significant draft risk to the MLB.
Yeah, Simerson, like by the numbers, that's a dude you would love to have.
He's the guy that we need in the bullpen.
Yes.
Like he's the bullpen arm that if he stays with Tennessee and doesn't go to the draft, he could be the closer.
Yeah, but I'm just this is one of those times I'm not going to get excited until after the draft. I just don't think he's coming.
It's a good
I've heard that if you're looking for somebody who will be a part of the team, the Bayoto kid, who's struggled in a couple of appearances as a true freshman last season, apparently has been lights out at the Cape.
I love that. That's what happened with why am I blanking on his name? One of our best starting pitcher this year. Tegan Kuntz.
Mm-hmm.
Had an okay year his freshman year, went to the Cape, tore it up, came back, and he was awesome. Could be something similar.
Yes. Let's hope.
At number 3, Knoxville Catholic football has self-imposed a 1-year TSSAA playoff ban for the 2026 football season due to recruiting violations.
It's not funny.
The TSSAA opened an investigation into the program and found illegal communication between a non-faculty assistant coach and a player, according to a school release. The coach attempted to convince the player to transfer to Catholic. Catholic football will be on a 2-year probationary period, with the postseason ban only applying to next year.
It's the kind of thing we got to get out of the game.
It's bad for the game.
There's no place for it.
Horrible.
Yeah, I mean, you can't talk about this enough to get the message across.
I'm sorry, it's not funny. I'm not laughing.
Well, it's unacceptable.
It truly is. You can't recruit in high school.
No,
you can't do it.
We will pound this message for days.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be sure to make sure people don't forget.
We're doing it for the kids.
I think we need to get in contact with some of our friends in the TV industry, Bob, and see if we can't produce a 4-part docuseries on
an
this.
expose.
Really dig our teeth into it. Because
it's the least we could do.
We're nothing if not watchdog journalists.
Yeah,
here at the Drive, and we're about shining the light in the dark crevices of the sports underworld that they don't want you to see.
I've got the title for it: Calamity in Cedar Bluff.
We're just trying to protect the game here.
Yeah, that's it.
It's the purest form of the game, and we're trying to protect it. That's all.
It's what the Lord would want.
It's true.
Right? Am I right, Bear?
You guys still talking about something?
How about debacle at the Butch Bowl?
Butch Jones is ass.
I'm thinking of a 4-letter word for all 3 of you guys. Starts with a C and ends with a T.
Oh, man.
I've always liked the nickname Chet.
Yeah,
it's a good one.
That's not the word I'm thinking of.
It's a good one.
He was kind of a jerk in Weird Science.
Yeah, true. At number 4, it's been a big recruiting day in college basketball as 2 of the top prospects committed to schools today. Marcus Spears Jr., the number 1 prospect in the class of 2027, is reclassifying and is committing to Texas. He is the son of ESPN's Marcus Spears, who is a former 5-star football prospect and an All-American at LSU in 2004. Elsewhere, UCLA landed the potential number 1 pick in next year's draft with Serbian forward Nikola Kusturica, who is a product out of FC Barcelona.
Wow. So you still covet the highly ranked high school 5-stars, Bob?
I maybe, because I'm sitting here thinking, I know, and of course we're close to DGG. That's why I'm paying attention to that. But this, Spears kid, I think I've heard about. I didn't realize, like I said earlier to Phil in the show, I didn't realize he was the top prospect for next year, at least in the eyes of some. So that tells me something. Maybe I'm not paying as much attention to it as I used to.
As good as Ament was, I would certainly sign up for another Nate Ament. I'd rather have a connect.
A guard.
Yeah, and I know you just got to get players where you get players, and we're never going to be through recruiting high school guys, I don't think. But it's pretty clear, at least for this year, we're a portal program.
Well, yeah, but you look at it, we still brought in, 4 freshmen?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
it's similar to what we did last year, and really what it is now is you bring in these freshmen and you figure out which one of them are worth keeping.
That's what I was going to say. Like, not holding you to this because we haven't seen any of them play, but how many of the 4 freshmen do you think will be on the team this time a year from now?
Oh, that's a good question.
Is it like 2? Is that the safe
2.
bet?
Yeah, 2.
I'd say maybe
1 or 2. I would say
2.
1 or 2.
Yeah, but like that's kind of what it is.
That's college basketball.
I mean, you look at the returning freshmen we have now, and we talked about how one of them might be the most important player next year. So you bring in at least 4 or 5 good ones to make sure you get the one good guy that you keep. It's about getting them in-house and keeping the ones you want. And at number 5, a pilot jumped out of the door of a moving plane to his death, leaving the student he was teaching to fly to land the aircraft by herself. Flight instructor Leandro Andres Bertazzo was on board the Cessna 150 aircraft with a 22-year-old student named Rosario. Excuse me. The student said Bertazzo told her, "You know what you have to do. Carry on," before taking off his headset and seatbelt, opening the door, and jumping out of the plane. Rosario, the student...
no parachute.
No, he died.
Navy had found his body.
It's
it was
incredible.
in pieces.
Rosario, the student, managed to land the plane safely despite being, quote, in complete shock. Prosecutors will now investigate the exact details of the incident that led to Bertazzo's death.
Can't sue him. I mean, he's dead.
Prosecute him for what?
They're going to look at foul play.
Littering the forest that he crash landed into?
With his internal organs.
They're going to make sure that there was no foul play involved with the student, potentially.
That's not the first time I've heard a story like that.
Where was this?
Argentina.
It happened in L.A. with a helicopter pilot.
You know what you have to do. Carry on.
I mean, I guess if you've landed before, but I mean, I would assume that she's got a headset on. She immediately just says, "Yeah, the instructor guy who's with me, he just pieced out.
Yeah,
jumped out of the plane.
Yep. He's dead.
It's nuts.
Guess I'll come back now.
Guess I'll fly the plane back.
I want to learn how to fly. I need a challenge in my life, Walker. I want to learn how to do something substantial.
Really?
Yeah.
Learning to fly.
Learning to fly.
You consider picking up a sport like golf or
tennis?
I know
I've done stuff
you
like that. I want to do
tennis.
something I've never done.
Being a decent human being might be a...
Why?
Well, it's completely unnecessary, Bear. You didn't need to see. You didn't
so
need
rude.
to
That's an unbuildable competency, Bear. You either are or you aren't when you're born. And I think we know what
You
we're
think so?
talking about.
Whoa.
Over here.
Really?
Wow, that was a lot more vicious than
I was
anything
not
else.
prepared for that.
You think I was born evil is what you're saying.
I don't know. I mean, I've kind of wanted to check the back of your head like the Omen movie, see if it's 666 is.
So now we're
Birthmark's
getting,
back there.
Okay,
Damien.
yeah. No, that's...
I didn't expect a nature versus
Drive with
nurture
Damien
argument on
Smith.
the drive today, but here we are.
Me and Bob will walk out tonight. There'll be like 2 Rottweilers out back.
Is that how you really feel? Like, you're born evil?
Oh, no, I don't.
I think some
It
people
can be
are.
acquired.
Yes.
Who do you think was born evil?
Just born
You think
evil.
Hitler was born evil?
Yeah.
Really?
I think he's defective. Yeah.
I mean, like if he'd gotten a little more encouragement from his painting and he'd just been a painter.
No, I think to do what like he did, Idi Amin, like any.
Ted Bundy.
Yeah.
I think he's born evil.
Dahmer, something wrong with him. Should have just.
Jim Jones.
Yeah.
Born evil. I don't know, man.
I think some people are made.
Yeah, I
through
think that
neglect
a
and
lot of his
abuse.
environment, like where Hitler's dad was not a good guy.
But yeah,
probably
I
not
think some
surprising.
people are just born wrong. Just bad.
This is way too philosophical
I think I was
for this
born
show.
pretty good. What are you saying, Walker? We can't handle the big topics?
Yeah.
Big Dog in West Tennessee says, Russ, you should maybe aspire to climb the Empire State Building.
Yeah, I don't think that'll happen.
And then
Terrified of heights, aren't you,
GBO
Russ?
Kyle Beach said, "Can you change a tire?"
Yeah,
maybe start low, working on something.
Change a tire.
I changed one recently. Called my buddy Walker. I was proud of myself.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Good for you. Good. How much does it cost to learn to fly? I'm going to look into this. Let's talk to W. Lynn. We got Bobby Majors coming on the show in just a few minutes. Very exciting. What's up, Lynn?
How are my French compatriots doing today?
Doing well. Thank you.
I'm very fired up about Bobby Majors. I guess I might be the oldest school guy calling right now. I started following football in 1965 and went to my first game in 66 with my dad, who was an usher in Section X, and he snuck me in.
Okay.
And I love Johnny Mills, who was a wide receiver. And we won the game. We beat Kentucky. That was my first game I was ever at, was Kentucky. But moving along to Bobby Majors, a lot of people forget he was free safety. He returned kickoffs. He returned punts, and he was our punter.
That's
and
wild.
I think one year he was one of the best punters in the country.
I mean,
And, that's
athlete.
kind of funny, but because he's the brother of Bill and Bobby and Johnny Majors, who in the single wing had to, do all that stuff, So
Do you
I'm glad
remember
you're having Bobby on.
Do you remember all four of those DBs off the 1970 team that had 36 interceptions?
Yes, I do. I love Conrad Graham, too. And then David Allen and Tim Priest. And 70 through 72, we had more defensive and special team scores probably than anybody in the country. I don't know that you could even look that up. But I know, like when we beat Penn State in 1971, my brother got me on the sideline. He was on the chain gang, and I was 15 years old, wearing a Kurt Watson jersey with a blue jacket on, white pants, and orange and white saddle Oxfords. And Bobby Majors went wild. They honored the entire Majors family before the game. It was December 5th, I believe.
And Penn State came here?
Penn State came here. They were 10-0, and we were 8-2. We beat them 31-11 and only scored one offensive touchdown.
Beat the brakes off them.
Oh, yeah, and they had Lydell Mitchell and Franco Harris, and Bobby Majors ran a kick back for a score. Conrad Graham intercepted a fumble for a score. And
How do you intercept a fumble?
Jackie Walker intercepted a pass for a score.
Nice.
Have you all watched the SEC special called Saturday Night Lights about when night football came to SEC?
No. Well, I know.
You need to watch that.
Was that the game? Was the December game against? I thought that was like the first game of the season. And
well, that's what I was going to tell you.
Okay.
They go into how we played them the last game of 71, and because we put up lights and they were permanent, they came back here and played the first game of 72.
That's wild.
That was the first night game. But if you watch, they show a highlight of Bobby Majors running the punt back against Penn State. And as he's heading to the goal line, you can see me in the background running with him as a 15-year-old on the sideline.
As Derek Dooley said, W. Lynn, I'm going to have to go look at the film.
I need to go look at the
film.
film.
Yeah, look at the film. And right as I ran into the end zone, I ran into the dog Smokey and almost got bit.
Well,
the trainer pulled him. It was my fault.
Yeah,
I was just not. I was looking at Bobby Majors and just running as fast as I could.
Got to look, watch where you're going. Hey, Lynn, we got to run, man. We got to get up with Bobby here in just a minute. We appreciate the phone call. Quick timeout. Bobby Majors, 1971, University of Tennessee All-American, joins the show.
The
When we
Drive.
continue next, right here on Fan Run Radio.
Congratulations. You found sports radio that doesn't suck. This is Fan Run Radio, Knoxville.
It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. Oh, sorry. Getting in the mood because this Saturday is Christmas in July at Covenant Health Park. But your Knoxville Smokies have great promotions all week long. Like all-you-can-eat Wednesday, Knox Vegas Thirsty Thursday with half-off draft beers, fireworks on Friday, then yes, the big man himself on Saturday. We end the week with our day game of the week. It's a week full of fun at the ballpark. Get your tickets now at SmokiesBaseball.com.
Barley's has live music on weekends, general team trivia on Wednesday nights at 8 p.m., and now live sports trivia courtesy of the Knoxville Trivia Guys every Thursday night upstairs. The game starts at 7 p.m. and is free to play for everyone, so head on down to the Old City and show off your sports knowledge and win gift cards to Barley's. Use those gift cards to buy some delicious food and drinks, and you can take it all in with their wide selection of TVs and indoor projectors. Barley's Tap Room and Pizzeria.
Is your yard starting to look more wild than welcoming? Yeah, don't let your landscape be that house on the block. At ECR Total Landscapes, we make sure your outdoor space is something you're proud of. From de-weeding flower beds to leaf blowing, trimming, mulching, and more, completely customizable to your property's specific needs. We'll handle it all. Why spend your weekends sweating it out in the yard when you can just sit back and enjoy it? That's the ECR difference. And right now, new customers can get 10% off your first month of our monthly maintenance package when you sign up for a full calendar year. That's right. Consistent, reliable service at a price that makes it easy to get started. No sweat, no hassle, just a better looking lawn week after week. Call ECR Total Landscapes today and mention promo code FANRUN to save 10% on your first month. Call 865-384-2012 or visit us online at ecrtotallandscapes.com.
Citizens National Bank.
Experience the thrill of traveling with C&B's exclusive travel program. Customers age 50 and above with a Plus Perks checking account can participate, ensuring a safe and delightful travel adventure. Take a day trip or an overnight trip. Travel domestic or international. C&B is always on the go.
Citizens National Bank. Banking never felt so good.
Member FDIC.
Hey Vols fans, Cody Brown here. I grew up right here in Tennessee and know what it means when someone says, I've got your back. That's why you can trust Farm Bureau Insurance of Tennessee. Whether it's your home, your vehicle, your family's future, or the business you built from the ground up, we will show up for all of your insurance needs. We are Tennesseans who understand what matters, which is doing right by you. Insurance is not all about just paperwork and policies, but it's about the people we insure every day. So if you want insurance that hits home, give me a call at 865-992-3871. Go Vols.
We got a lot of nice girls. I'm racing.
Welcome back. The Drive continues here on Fan Run Radio. I'm Russell Smith. Doing the thing on a Thursday afternoon. We got Bob
but I'm a huge sports fan. And when I started studying up on what you had done for the Vols, and I know it's a different era and stuff, but man, it's impressive because it's not just what you did defensively. You also punted, you also returned kicks, you did all this stuff, man. And I guess my question is now when you watch today's football and you think about back when you played, it's like, is it really that much different at this point?
Oh yeah, the athletes nowadays are just so much bigger, stronger, and faster. And just heck, I'd be a water boy if I were to be trying out for the team nowadays. I tell you, it's remarkable how what the athletes can do nowadays. It's a totally different ball game.
What was it like growing up in a football family with three brothers who were such great players, and your dad was a coach and all that? I imagine there was a lot of competition in the backyard.
Oh yeah, there's always a lot of competition in the backyard, in the bathroom, and at the dinner table, everywhere. It's just that's what we were around every day because we all of us. I've got John, Joe, Bill, and my sister Shirley Ann played basketball, and then my brother Larry played for our dad at Swanee. And we had a ball in our hand year round, depending on what season it was. And I had a great mentorship all my life. That I had brothers and sisters that were telling me how to do things and coaching me in the right direction and giving me all kind of great ideas and suggestions. And if it hadn't been for them, I wouldn't have been where I am today.
Now, being the younger brother of the great Johnny Majors, who was, of course, a big star player in the 1950s here, did any other schools bother recruiting you, or was it always just assumed that you would go to UT like Johnny?
Well, it was pretty much assumed, but no, I did get recruited by some other universities. I recruited by FC and Southern Cal, UCLA, Alabama, Georgia, Auburn. So I got but it was primarily Georgia and Alabama that were real strong people that were really after me, that really spent more time and effort in trying to get me to come to their school as opposed to coming to Tennessee.
Did you get to meet Bear Bryant?
Yeah, I went to his house and
really,
they flew me down one night. They picked me up, and I was in Castle Heights Military School in Lebanon, Tennessee. And they picked me up from a plane at probably around 5, 6 o'clock, and then flew me to Tuscaloosa. And then I went to his house, and I probably spent maybe 2 or 3 hours with him. And then they entertained the recruits that night after that, and then the following night. And then I flew back I was on the Friday, and I flew back on Sunday, and had a great time down there. But my heart was going to Tennessee, and but I enjoyed the recruitment that I had coming after me, and meeting Vince Dooley and Bear Bryant. So I had Shug Jordan. So I had a good time.
Now, your friend Bud mentioned to our producer that there was a game against Penn State. I mean, you played in a lot of big games, but he was saying there was a game against Penn State that you were pretty wound up for, to the extent that you didn't even sleep the night before that game. Do you remember that?
Well, Bud has a tendency to over-exaggerate on occasion or two. Now, I did sleep, Bud, so. But I was up to on the Bob Hope All-American show in New York. We were taping it up in New York, and I missed the plane. And I did end up spending the night in New York City, and I missed a couple of days of practice. So the coaches were not real pleased with me. As a matter of fact, the defensive secondary coach Gary Wyatt wanted to keep me out of the game because I missed couple of days of practice, but Bill Battle wanted me to play, so I played, and I had an unbelievable day, and I was voted the offensive player of the game, the only defensive player in the history of the ABC awards that was awarded the offensive player of the game, being a defensive player.
Outstanding. Talking with Bobby Majors this afternoon here on the program. Now, Bobby, the year before that, 1970, you had a school record at the time, 10 interceptions that season, 36 as a team, which is an SEC record that still stands. You were part of a legendary secondary with Tim Priest, who Tennessee fans know from being on the radio.
Yeah. Right.
Yourself, Conrad Graham, David Allen. What was the key to success that season?
Well, I'll answer that question in just a second. The 36 interceptions is still an NCAA record as well. And we had 57 total turnovers, which include interceptions and fumbles, of 57, which is still an NCAA record. And if they had included the bowl games back in those days, in the Sugar Bowl, I had an interception and a fumble, and David Allen, I think, had an interception. So our record would have been higher if they had included back in those days. Now, back to answer your question, key to our interception, Buddy Bennett was our secondary coach, and he prepared us extremely hard every game, and he ran us every day, practice and after practice, before practice. We were the first one. The secondary was the first ones on the field and last ones to leave the field, because he just prepared you so well physically that the day of the game, it felt like a vacation day, because, the game was a piece of cake compared to what practice was. And then the way he prepared us, recognizing keys from the opposing offensive team, helped us intercept that many passes. And, he spearheaded the whole thing. And, of course, we did our assignments and did them well, and very, very blessed and fortunate to have as many interceptions as I had and as we did as a team.
Okay, I want to pick your brain on this a little bit, because we talk about this new era of football, right? And
yeah.
And I'm just curious, because obviously, you still probably bleed orange and you follow this team. But I mean, what are your thoughts on the way Tennessee plays football now? Because it's a very different product. I mean, there's been some success with Josh Heupel and other coaches that preceded him, but I'm just curious from the perspective, guys like you and I are not that far apart in age, man. And it's interesting to get the perspective of what you think about that style of football just across the college football landscape.
Right. Well, I'm going to expand on that a little bit. I wish they'd had the NIL when I was in school. I would have been a multi-millionaire. And
yes.
That and the transfer portal, in my opinion, has ruined college football, particularly the transfer portal. Because I think they ought to be allowed maybe to transfer once, and that's it. Because you get these guys that go from school to school to school, it's just ridiculous. And so it's just I like the offensive scheme of hurrying up and running plays as quickly as you can, and I think that makes it very interesting for the fans. It makes it interesting for me as a former player, and I just think that I don't think that the offensive coordinator did a very good job calling plays last year. But who am I to say if they call the right things or not? And I think the offensive line had a lot to do with the way the offense would, had a bunch of hiccups along the way. The offensive line didn't protect the quarterback as well as they should have. Anyway, so I think the defense, they just didn't have the athletes last year to be competitive defensively. This year with the new coach coming in, changing things up, I don't know much about him. I just know what I've read, and I'm impressed with what I've read. I think the defense would be better this year strictly because of him. And I think maybe the athletes might be a little bit better than they were last year. And I'm hoping that the defense will keep Tennessee in the game a little bit more than they did last year, because the defense allowed so many points to be scored the offense couldn't outscore the opposing team. So I'm hoping that our defense this year will keep us in the ball game where it'd be reachable for us offensively to be able to try to, maybe late in the game to catch up and go ahead. So, that's my thoughts on it right now.
Talking with Bobby Majors, 1971 All-American at the University of Tennessee, played in the NFL with the Eagles and Browns. Now, Bobby, I'm looking at a picture of you on the internet, and I believe this is you playing with the Browns. You had some remarkable hair back in the 1970s. Now, that's pretty nice. That was the style back then.
I see it too.
That was the style, brother. I had it down to my shoulders. I thought I was a stud in my long hair.
Oh, you were. Now what did the coaches and maybe your dad think about that?
Well, the coaches didn't care as long as you performed on the field. They didn't care what you looked like. My dad wasn't real crazy about it, but my dad was a barber, and he wanted us to wear flat tops all the time. So, I was not appreciated in my long hair from my dad's standpoint. But he accepted that it was a fad of the ages, and so he went along with it regretfully.
Did you ever try your hand at coaching?
No, I didn't, and the reason being because I never really get my degree, which I've regretted to this day. I never really get my degree because matter of fact, when I got to playing pro football, the UT Martin called me and asked me if I would come and interview for the head coaching job. And I told him, I said, look, I don't have a degree. And so I didn't get an interview then. So, I really wanted to go into coaching, but after I played there and saw how long it took a coach to become a head coach, how little money the assistant coaches made, and how much they were on the road, and I decided, heck, I can do better than that, working as a salesman or doing something. And so that's why I didn't pursue coaching. I wish I had, because I think I'd have been a good coach. But hindsight's 20/20.
Now, something you mentioned at the beginning of this interview when we were asking you what you're up to, and did a little digging. So you have 6 children, 4 boys, 2 girls, 3 of which are adopted. And let me just say, speaking as a parent of 2 adopted children, well done, my friend. That's you helped change some people's lives. And but I mean, hey man, I guess it keeps you young, right? I mean, you've got to be head on a swivel.
Yeah. We adopted 2 girls from China. We got one when she was 11 months old. We got the other one when she was 10 months old. And the one that we got when she was 11 months old is now 29. And the one that we got, and she's a school teacher. And the one that we got 10 months old, she is the one that graduated recently from Texas A&M, and she majored in architecture. And so she's waiting to see what she's going to do with her life after getting out of school. She is taking some time off, letting the pressure relieve from her, and then we adopted a boy who we got him when he was 3 months old, because my wife and I were doing some training to be foster parents in the state of Tennessee. Called and want to know if we'd be in. We were interested in helping young babies, take care of them. They said they had a 3-month-old child that had been battered, and and want to know if we would be interested in taking care of him. So we said, yeah. And then found out he had 13 broken bones, and so I don't mean to prolong my story, but it's just very important to us that this boy, they try to prosecute the parents because they claim it's a brittle bone disease. Well, brittle bone disease had your bones would be cracked straight evenly across, but he had jagged broken bones, so they just never could prove that he was beaten by his parents or someone in the house. And then one last thing, they asked us, if we would be interested in adopting him. With my wife Michelle and I said, "Well, we've got enough kids," and and we stuck in there if it was I or Michelle and said, well, what's going to happen to him if we don't adopt it? They said, well, he'll go back into the system. My wife, Michelle and I both said, no, we'll take him. We'll take him. So we ended up adopting him, and he's now 19. So, it's just
outstanding.
My wife and I are very proud of all our kids, and we hope that we feel like that we have had 3 lives out, in particular, that we adopted them, and they made us better people and better parents, and we love being parents.
Wow. That's a great story, man. It's great to hear from you today, Bobby. One more question here on the way out the door. I saw you qualified for the 2001 U.S. Senior Open, and I'm just wondering, do you still whack it around every now and then?
No, I don't play anymore. When my brother John was head coach at Tennessee, he had a golf tournament at Canada every summer, and then when he died, we continued it. And moved the tournament to Chattanooga, and I go out there and I hit a ball with all the teams on the first. I signed the ball, and I hit a ball every team on the first hole, and that's the only time I touch a golf club. But yeah, I played in the 2001 at Salem Country Club outside of Boston, and I got to meet and play with some of my heroes that I looked at, playing on TV as I was growing up, and that was a thrill in itself just to meet those guys.
Who are some of those guys?
Well, Jack Nicklaus and Arnold Palmer, Gary Player.
Wow.
Yeah, I met those guys.
They were pretty good, as I recall.
Yeah, they were okay in their time. Yeah. Exactly.
Well, Bobby, it's great catching up with you. Yes, great to hear your voice, and East Tennessee, Vol Nation, proud of you and your family. So thanks a lot.
I appreciate it very, very much, guys, and thank you so much for having me on. And just keep in mind, in the back of your mind, that you can't believe everything that Bud Young tells you.
That's right.
Okay. We have a lot of people call the show that we have to tell ourselves about that.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah. Well, I like having a good time with Bud. He's a great guy. Guys, thank you so much, and God bless you and your listening audience and your families.
Thank you.
Best to you, Bobby. Thank you, man.
Okay, guys. See you.
Bobby Majors on the phone with us this afternoon. That's pretty cool stuff.
Yeah.
Great question about the kids there, man. That's great story.
Yeah. I mean, when I heard, Bear and I were making eye contact when he was talking about the age of the kids, I was like, whoa, man, that's
wow. I mean, the Majors boys were good-looking fellas, I thought,
But, I'm telling you, that hair flow in the early 70s.
The only thing I wish that I'd asked him is what it was like. His older brother, Johnny, obviously, the second in the Heisman Trophy, All-American, the original Johnny Football, but what it was like, trying to compete with him on the fashion. Because Johnny was always dressed to the I wondered if Johnny was always like that.
He competed at everything. Yeah. Maybe we get him on again sometime. All right. We got to take a quick timeout. It is The Drive on Fan Run Radio. The shocking conclusion coming up. Speak now, forever hold your peace. 865-966-3435 is your number. Back with more right after this.
The Drive.
For the fans, by the fans. This is Fan Run Radio, Knoxville.
What kind of day is it? It's a White Claw day. Grab a pack, grab your friends. Everything else in life can wait. Your friends shouldn't. Let's go. White Claw. Grab life by the claw. Please drink responsibly. Hard seltzer with flavors. White Claw Seltzer Works, Chicago, Illinois.
Are you ready to show off that confident, radiant smile you've always dreamed of? Well, here at Knoxville Smiles, we're ready to turn your dream into a reality. At Knoxville Smiles, we're more than just a dental practice. We're your partners in achieving optimum oral health. From routine cleanings and checkups to advanced cosmetics and restorative procedures, we offer a wide range of services in an environment that makes every visit a positive and comfortable experience. At Knoxville Smiles, it's about more than just treatments. We're focused on creating a welcoming environment where you feel like family. Our state-of-the-art facilities are designed with your comfort in mind, and our friendly staff is always ready to address your questions and concerns. Don't wait any longer to achieve a beautiful smile you deserve. Schedule your appointment at Knoxville Smiles today and take that first step towards a healthier, happier you. Call us at 865-539-1776 to book your appointment today, or just visit our website at knoxvillesmiles.com.
Vol fans, reimagine your home at Broadway Carpets and Flooring for any remodeling or building needs. With a variety of carpets, rugs, hardwood, vinyl, and stone, Broadway has all the flooring and installation options you're looking for, including pet-resistant products like Pet Perfect Carpet from Shaw Floors. Visit their showroom in downtown Knoxville or the location in West Knoxville located on Kingston Pike near Pellissippi Parkway today.
Program had a really good show this afternoon. If you missed either of our interviews with Tim Johnson, who has written a new book that just came out today about General Robert Reese Neyland, go check that out in hour number one. And just now, Bobby Majors was absolutely fantastic on the show. Commissioner Bockwinkel said that he wanted us to play Will It Suck with Bobby Majors. I don't know if that would have been appropriate.
No.
And is me asking Bobby Majors if he, quote, still whacks it around every now and then.
Fan ran out of context.
That was an interesting way to phrase that.
Was that not a thing people say? They'll go whack it around?
No,
you guys,
I think
you ever go whack it around with the guys, with the fellas?
No, the three of us kind of made eye contact and kind of like it was a little problem.
Golf. I'm talking about golf.
Yeah.
He played golf with Arnold Palmer and Jack Nicklaus.
He did.
He was in the 2001 U.S. Senior Open. A phenomenal athlete.
That whole family was, dude. The Majors, first family of Tennessee sports. You know,
went to Bear Bryant's house.
That was a cool story.
Do you imagine him going to Alabama? Majors going to Alabama?
Oh, don't even say it.
Makes you
I'm pretty sure. Maybe we get him on sometime to talk about. I'm pretty sure Fulmer was recruited by Alabama too. Like it was I
saw a video with Kirby yesterday where he was talking about he ended up taking a lot of his recruiting visits with Peyton, but he was talking about his and Peyton's recruiting visit to Florida, and he said, I think he basically said Spurrier wasn't as keen to get his signature as he was Peyton's, but
go Gator.
Yeah, apparently Peyton's friends with Kirby. So, but man, that was a great interview. And he's funny. Those guys in the 70s with the flow.
Yeah. I mean, you had that was just
it was a
that was the thing
era.
that you're rebelling against before that, like he said, it was all buzz cuts. And
I mean, he's told us his dad was a barber. Like if you see the pictures when Johnny got to campus, I mean, he had a like Sergeant Carter flat top cut.
Yeah. Well, people always say from that era, like the Beatles had long hair, like not like the Sgt. Pepper era Beatles, but
no,
like when they just
the mop
had
top.
Yeah, the mop top was like down to their eyebrows, and I always thought that was weird
bangs.
because like we grew up with like hair rock and stuff in the 80s. Like that's not long hair, but in 1965, if you had hair,
yeah, counterculture.
People thought you were.
Then it got quickly out of control.
Out of control, you think?
Yeah.
How long did you go, Bear?
Not as long as my son. Mine shoulders.
Mm-hmm. You got down to the shoulders at one point?
Yeah.
I tried to grow the hair, Bob, but
fro?
It just went up. Didn't go down.
Yeah.
I wanted to be able to grow the long hair, but didn't work.
Did you ever have long hair, Bob?
Yeah, I mean, not your kind of long. My LA days, I did.
I'd love to see some pictures.
Tinker with the mullet.
Really?
Yeah.
The mullet.
Whoa.
Yeah.
The Basker mullet.
Yeah.
Are there any pictures of this out there?
I'm sure there's some, but
note to self: next time we see Mrs. B.
Nah, she doesn't have it. We didn't know each other back then, so.
Commissioner Bockwinkel wants to know if Bear ever rocked a mullet. Be honest.
Yeah, everybody did.
Really?
80s. Yeah, sure. Party or business in the front, party in the back. Yeah.
I mean, if you liked rock music too, that was the other thing. There were so many that they either had the long hair, or a lot of them had the the flow like that.
The mullet didn't last long, and then I discovered
it came back for a minute, like
and
2 or 3 years ago, right? It's not still a thing, is it?
People still get mullets. I have some friends with mullets.
I mean, I want to be clear though. Mine was not like some wacko like Kentucky fan mullet. I mean, I had
Kentucky waterfall.
Mike Gundy.
I had flow in the front too. I just let it grow.
You had a lot of hair.
Yeah, just let it grow in the back a little more.
I'm trying
what
to
was the
picture this.
peak mullet? Like Ice Cube with the Jerry curl, late 80s.
Who's the best mullet of all time? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah. There's something about that Jerry curl mullet that was just like, it was like a whole nother level of just supremeness.
Gundy was good, but I feel like he was doing it almost as a joke, like an ironic mullet.
You think? I don't think so.
Vanilla Ice didn't have a mullet.
Ice Cube.
Ice Cube.
Ice Cube?
Yeah.
Ice Cube had a mullet?
Yeah.
Listen, man.
Everybody had mullets in the 80s.
I don't think the brothers had mullets. I don't think they were referring to it
we
as
talked
mullets.
about Dyer and Nix had a mullet.
I don't think they referred to it as a mullet. No. I mean, I'd like to say that.
They can lie to themselves all they want to, but it was business in the front.
I would like
party
to
in the back.
I would like to imagine that hairstyles transcend racial boundaries, but I think we all understand that that's just not true. Certain things that we as Caucasians can do that our African-American brothers cannot, and vice versa.
Big Dog.
Although I did kind of have an afro, if we're being honest about it.
God.
It didn't look good, though.
I'm picturing Bob Ross right now.
That's good.
That's
good.
They called me the Dr. J of my cul-de-sac growing up.
Big Dog West Tennessee said, did Bob have a ponytail like Paul Heyman's when he was on the Stern Show? No, I never had a ponytail, man. That is not my thing.
Johnson 8462, I think, knocks this out of the park. Billy Ray Cyrus had the best mullet of all time.
He did.
And he didn't even know that he had a mullet. He just thought that was a cool country haircut.
Now, Bockwinkel comes in with a strong one. Eric LaSalle was having kind of a perm/mullet in Coming to America.
That's so good. I just looked it up. Yeah, Ice Cube did rock what was called a mullet.
GBO Kyle Beach 865 with a vote for Patrick Swayze.
Yeah.
Was that Roadhouse era Swayze, or or are we talking about what was the movie where they're jumping out of the plane with Keanu?
Oh, Point Break.
Yeah.
And Ghost. What was
he rocked a mullet for a number of years. A lot of people did.
Patrick Swayze had longer hair in Ghost than Demi Moore did.
Yeah.
About her and G.I. Jane. She had the buzz.
Her hair kept getting shorter every time you saw her.
Well, she's had a lot of work done.
Mm-hmm.
You seen her lately?
That's a side.
I mean, I think she looks good.
I don't know.
She's doing all right. I mean, she's what, mid-60s now. What do you want from her?
That's true.
Wrapping up.
Speaking of movies, movie stars, I checked off 2 big ones this week.
Really?
Yep.
What'd you watch?
Last night, watched 2001: Space Odyssey.
Really?
Yep.
That's a difficult watch for some.
It was
David.
really, really good.
I love that movie.
It was interesting.
I'm sorry, Dave. I can't do that.
Yeah. And at the other end of the spectrum, watch The Exorcist for the first time.
Oh, that's the other end of the
That
spectrum.
still gives me the creeps.
Was that scary?
It's a phenomenal movie. It was scary at times, but it was.
Were you IRL
phenomenal.
scared?
No, I was probably more scared when I went and saw Obsession yesterday. But
man, you've been knocking out them films, haven't
it's
you?
like it's the summer.
Obsession was scary?
Yeah, but it was a phenomenal movie. Really, really good movie.
Did you like the part where she did that weird crawl down the steps in The Exorcist?
Spoiler alert.
Yeah, that was.
And she.
How's the soccer game going, Walker?
France is about to win 2-0. I'm afraid your bet is looking bad. We're in the 90th minute.
I hate to hear that.
Damn it.
I'm sorry, Russ.
France is still pushing for a goal. They're putting shots on net.
Come on, Francais.
For the bet.
Let's do it. Put one in here. Keep whacking it around out there, guys.
No, wait, there was soccer still? I thought that was over.
Quarterfinals just begun today, Bob.
Oh.
Spain and Belgium tomorrow. Should be us.
Such a hater.
On Earth 2, we're getting set to play Spain tomorrow. We're going to have a watch party.
It's set to get blasted.
You don't know that. You don't
Spain?
know. By the way, Christian Pulisic today said he has a fractured tibia and fibula.
Yes, from the
Some
tackle.
people owe him an apology. An apology, Senator.
I think
this committee owes an apology.
People are realizing they might have gone a little too hard.
A little too far.
Pulisic, considering.
Yeah, but somebody said that's a sign that soccer's on the rise here in the U.S. because we're expectations.
I think so. Yeah.
It's a good thing.
People are pissed.
We're past the point of moral victories.
We want to be good.
I want to win.
I want to win.
As Philly said. All right, folks, that's going to do it for our Thursday show. Wow. Thank you so much,
Great show.
everybody who made it possible.